Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Marshall live, and I am live. You guys, it is Wednesday, June 3rd. I am here with co-host of the Marshal Gillen Show, Kyle Dillinger. Kyle, welcome back to work, bro.
Welcome back. Thank you so much, brother. How are you?
Dude, I'm good. I just we do our little pre-production call thing, and then I throw on the video to play for the countdown. And and for anybody that's watching that owns or runs a business, and you guys want to do you guys want to utilize like more social media and more live video, just know that it does take time for your live videos to populate. Like Facebook or YouTube's got to go out and show people. The algorithm's got to be like, okay, what's playing? Read it. Okay, who in the audience wants to see it, and then it's got to go out and serve it to people. So some of you guys know this. But this is a common mistake, Kyle. I see a lot of people make, and you've been hanging around me for a while, and maybe you just picked it up naturally, maybe you picked it up from watching me, or maybe I told you, I don't know. But a lot of people will be like, they'll go live and they'll be like, hey, what's up, guys? Just going to wait a few minutes here. I'm just going to wait a few minutes here while people pop on, okay? And they'll just be like doing something. And I'll be like trying to ask questions or get them to engage with their audience. They're just not talking. They're not saying anything. I'm like, if you're going, I get it. If you're going to do that on your live videos, interact with your people. Like today, let's say, I want to start off by saying I'm sorry. I want to say I'm sorry for some things that I've had some time to think since yesterday, and I want to say I'm sorry to some people on the show. And so it's like, okay, cool. Like, how can you fill the gap with conversation or something when the live first starts off? So let's just pretend like we didn't have our little 5-minute clip, but let's pretend we still wanted to have a conversation about me being sorry. Listen, look at, we were already 2 minutes in, and we haven't talked about the video. We haven't started the topic yet, but I'm just making it conversational. That's why live video is so relatable. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I haven't noticed it in myself that I do that. Maybe you have in the coaching, you watching me. Yeah. So it must be, if I am already doing that, it's like programmed into me from watching you.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Well, I dig that. Rich Farrell says he's watching us live. Big fan of the show.
Hey, Rich, what's up, brother?
He says, howdy, bro. So we were talking about Rich. He's commented something yesterday, and we saw his profile picture. It was like his head was all shaved and stuff. And so I told you yesterday, I was like, I'm kind of ready to get my mullet, Marshall mullet, right?
Right.
I was like, I got out of the shower last night, and I was looking at hair, and it was getting kind of long, and I was like, bro, I don't know, man. Like,
what if you just let it go?
I think I just kind of let it go for a little bit, right?
Right.
Maybe just like let it do its thing, and just kind of see what happens, man. So yeah, dude, we're getting to the bottom of a lot of stuff here on today's show, and I really want to say I'm sorry for something, and I think it's going to surprise some people. But before we get into that, dude, you're asking me how I was doing, bro. So we had our pre-production meeting. I threw on our 5-minute video, right? And then that's when I usually go out, take my final leak, fill up my coffee cup, make sure my water's all set up. I'll usually maybe hit the vitamin bowl out there. But I didn't do that today. I had some vitamins while I needed a lot of vitamins today. And so I was taking vitamins while we were having our pre-production meeting. I walked out there to do all what I normally do. I walked back in here just right now, and I was like, whoa, it smells like vitamins in here, bro.
I am in the office, so I obviously cannot take normal vitamins, but I have a non-smelling vitamin stick, so to speak, or cart that I use in the office. But
those are nice, man. Like when those little I don't even know what to call it, like e-pens.
Yeah, kind of
like that. I forget. It's not a vape. I forget what we call them.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to think too, and I know what they're fucking called.
Oh my god, we just call
them carts, like around here. Like, just, do you have any carts? Is what people would say.
Really? Oh my god,
around here, or the slang word.
So long that yeah, it's like my pen. We just call them a pen. That's what it
pen.
is.
Yeah, there we go.
A lot of vitamins, guys.
Right? Do you have a pen? Yeah.
Yesterday, dude, we talked about a lot of crazy shit. Dude, bro, I pissed some people off yesterday, dude.
I stay out of stuff, and
did you see him going in on me?
Yeah, I noticed some of the arguments, and I'm like, I see people coming at you.
Listen, bro. They were going in on me, and it's crazy because I try to meet them all with love, but at the same time I was getting really tired because it's like everybody was like wanting to spout their opinion and they wanted to hear mine. And I'm like, dude, if you want to hear my opinion, I literally just talked about for 2 hours. I'm not going to repeat myself.
Right.
And so the haters were like, oh, you're just doing this for views. You're trying to get attention. This is pathetic. So how pathetic of you. Like, you're so weak. All these crazy things. I'm racist, a bigot. Like, I'm so naive. And I met all those people with understanding. And I was like, but listen, good morning, Lauren.
Morning, Lauren.
I was cruising. I don't know why Lauren came up on my feed today. I was cruising through and I was clicking through some of her pictures of her and her husband. But I noticed in one of her pictures, she has this really cool owl tattoo, like on her shoulder. And I'm an old head, so I have something about owls, but I love owls, and I want to get one. And so, dude, that nice one, nice tattoo, Lauren. She also said the hair's on point, on fire.
Fuego, yeah, bro. Now that we talked about it, I think you should let go a little bit. See what you can always get the mullet later on. So
see what happens, bro.
Might as well see what happens.
Some locks of love up there, bro.
Get that slick. Once you get that slick look get dressed up on a Friday night.
Yeah, like, dude. Right now it's big. It's big. I'm like a big,
yeah. You got a lot of volume going on.
Yeah, dude. I got voluminous, bro. I think they say
I used to have a lot of hair going on, but
yeah.
We talked. We can get into that one episode if need be, but
100%.
I went bald for a minute.
Let's talk about what we learned yesterday, bro. Because I was I posted something yesterday, and I didn't know it was Blackout Tuesday yesterday, so I didn't know like yesterday was the day to do it.
Oh wow.
However, dude, seriously, stupid. I think it's stupid, and which is going to be now you're probably thinking, oh fuck, where are we going now? Because I didn't tell you about that. The black square thing, by and large, is stupid. And Black Lives Matter was a movement that was funded by arguably the most well-known racist in the world.
I didn't know that.
And what's that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was funded by George Soros originally. I mean, that's like we showed that. We showed the. I think I still have.
Yeah, we talked about Soros. And possibly having those groups.
How he's gonna take down America by funding black hate groups. So put them into mental traps and make them blame white people. The black community is the easiest to manipulate. And I know this. Like if you've been woke for a while, or if you're woke now, if you woke up, if you've been able to unplug from the machine and like see what's going on, that we're being played like puppets, then you know who George Soros is. And yesterday, I didn't know all that was going on, and I didn't really want to speak about the fact that I thought that I know that Black Lives Matter was created purposely to oppress the black community, like to ruin the black community. Like that's what it was designed to do, and it's working perfectly right now. But I never want to talk about that because I'm always trying to rise above. You know what I'm saying, Kyle? Mm-hmm. And so I was like, based on my experience, my 35 years of life and what I've been through and what I've done publicly for the last 4 years every day, I guess in my world, and this is what all human beings do, we always make it about us. We always make it all about us. And so I'm like, oh, in my world, I'll say this and people understand because my body of work for 4 years and my story of my 35 years, they know, and it speaks for themselves. Well, yesterday, a lot of people came out on my post that I had never seen before or hadn't really talked to before. And this is what we do as human beings, right, Kyle? And correct me if I'm wrong. It's like I like the post I posted yesterday said all lives matter because that's what Marshal Gillen believes on all days. I get and I accept and all these things about the Black Lives Matter and black community. I love my black friends. I dated black women, all these things. I've talked about this. I'm not racist, and I'm not going to let somebody tell me that I don't get the picture. If you say you're not racist, like, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Right. So, I guess, my bad. I guess like when I see you share your opinions and your views, none of it triggers me, even when I don't like align with it or necessarily agree with it, because I know who you are, like truly as a being. So I think it's different from my perspective for that reason alone. And for the other people that know who you actually are. Yeah,
and I appreciate that. And you know what? But I also I pat myself. I appreciate myself because I show up every day
100%.
as the type of person that attracts other game winners and other leaders like you to me. Right? Like you're like me. It's not like you're going, oh, Marshall, you're so amazing. It's like, yo, bro, like I recognize that in you and I fucking like it. That's why I wanted to join your team, because I see that in me and I need your help bringing it out. And so
100%.
That's what I wanted to say I'm sorry about first and foremost before we get into All Lives Matter. And I want to talk about some other things. We want to talk about this big lesson that we learned. And I want to share it with the viewers, dude, how I voice messaged you last night and what I said. Because after everything had happened yesterday, and after that I had like been burned down, like basically, there was still like 90% of my community was supporting me. They're like, yeah, all lives matter. But it was like the 10% that was like the loudest and the meanest, the most toxic, that was bothering me. I wasn't even paying attention to the 90 likes on the likes and loves and cares on the post. I was only focused on the 2 hates and the 1 laughing, and then the 150 comments that came. Some from the people that love and support, but most people that love and support, they're just doing it from a distance, not because because that's their journey, that's their story, and that's not right or wrong. Not everybody's a Marshal Gillen, where they just fucking say their shit, and that's cool. I didn't pick this, you guys. Like, Kyle, I didn't pick this, bro. God just made me this way, and for a long time, I really made myself feel bad for being myself. And I know a lot of people, a lot of our viewers, and a lot of our listeners, like they may do the same thing. Like you may do the same thing, dude. And
I do the same thing.
Right. And
I'm noticing that as you talk.
Right. And all I did was saying yesterday is, based on everything I've been through and based on where my heart is at, and those who know me, I'm like, oh, you guys, please, enough is enough. I'm like, all lives matter. All lives matter. And dude, that fucking post blew up. And I was attacked by some people that I literally considered friends for a long time, like that I'd done business and been like, didn't know. John Dennis, #fuck John Dennis. He's a prick. And I didn't know that. Like him and I, like we were in Thrive Connect community together. And, like I've told him so many times how impactful he's been to me and shared so much with them. And he didn't even attempt to take the foot off the gas yesterday when he showed up on my post, which he's never interacts really too much with me ever in virtual world. It's always just the real life, just coming at me, like fucking charging, telling me how ignorant I am. And it's like every single bit of me, Kyle, wanted to call him so many things. I wanted to break him fucking down. I wanted all the people, because all the people commenting and like literally, and I mean, if we were in person, as soon as they were done talking, I could be like, stick my fangs into their neck, because thoughts become words in Marshal Gillen's like reality, because that's his gift, right? And so yesterday I wasn't focusing on the people that supported me. I was only focused on all the people on the very few people that were saying something. And then not only that, okay, cool, I didn't meet them with rage like I wanted to, which like, good job, bro. But you know what? I created it equally as unresourceful of an energy as rage would have, because I sat there for an hour and I told everybody, I answered everybody like I should have. And then I posted the link to our show yesterday going, listen, if you really want to know my opinion, I literally just shared my perspective for 2 hours. If you only want to react to this headline and judge me on 35 years, then shut the fuck up. Go watch a show or shut the fuck up. Like, that's it. I'm like, I'm the dude showing up every day, giving 2 hours of his time, basically 2 hours of live coaching, 40 hours of live coaching a month. How many coaches and consultants out there are putting their money where their mouth's at? How many coaches and consultants out there doing 40 hours of stage time and 40 hours of messaging and 40 hours of coaching all in one thing, cohesive? Here you go on a platter. Here's all the information, all the feelings, all the perceptions. You make your own choice. I don't care what you choose. God damn it. I just want you to have all the options so you can fucking choose. But as a person, I just assume, oh, everybody knows that. Here's my post. It's all about me, right? And then most of the people in my network are like, yeah, bravo, woohoo. And there's that few people that just boom, boom, boom. And I fed into it, bro. And so what I noticed yesterday is I spent just as much energy creating resistance in my life because I was trying to validate my position, which is literally what the Black Lives Movement is about. The people in the Black community who feel oppressed and they feel all these things, the reason they're acting out in rage, mine was a different type of validation, but it's still, I was like, no, I'm right, you're wrong. I said it in a different tonality, but it's no different than rioting or looting or peaceful protesting. Like, yeah, the details are different. And we talk about all the time, bro, everything in life is a micro or macrocosm of itself. And so I'm not saying that what I did is comparable to somebody losing their life, like the cop, the cop that was the security guard that was shot and killed last night. Did you see that? 62. Shot and killed.
I think I saw it right before we got on, but I didn't have time to read it or anything.
Yeah, shot and killed. Trying to a security guard at a store trying to stop looters from taking the TV. He was a decorated retired police officer, right? Shot and killed over fucking TV. The video's online. Somebody's fucking videoing him online. You can see the guy. He's laying on his back with his phone still lit up in his hand, and his eyes are wide open, like holy fuck, I just saw a ghost. And some guy's like, oh my god, stay with me, OG, stay with me, G, stay with me, OG, stay with me, OG, come on, OG, don't give up. And the guy can't say anything. And people are starting to get it, and pool of blood is spilling out from on the sidewalk. And the guy is realizing in his eyes, you can tell that man realizes it, he's dying. He's going to die right now. And at the very end of that guy's life, before his fucking eyeballs shut, and not the guy was trying to do anything, but the kid is like, oh, I mean, he's just kind of holding the camera, I would think, and he's just like crying, crying out, like, over some TVs, y'all, over some TVs. This man died over, and he wasn't even quite dead yet. Just think about this tragedy and sadness of that. You know what I'm saying? The media's not pushing that. You can't find that anywhere on the media at all. CNN, New York Times, all these things. There was this confirmation. Trump walks down to the church that was burnt down, where every single president since James Madison has gone to service every Sunday. It was burned down in front of the White House. Trump walks out yesterday, right? Does the whole Bible in front of it and says, we're going to overcome this, blah, blah, blah. The fucking media, bro, they found a picture of Hitler and with a Bible in his hand. Turns out they wake up this morning, it's fake. It's a fake picture. Somebody
photoshopped
the Bible into Hitler's hand and then put them next to each other. And so that's why we do the Marshal Gillen show. I don't care what you want to know. It's just like, dude, right. I'm just trying to present the information. And so yesterday I realized, wow, Marshall, you're no better than what you're saying, what you're standing against, what you're saying. But why?
Bro, I don't mean to cut you off. I want to get into how we healed and like what we learned from that after we come back from commercial, if you don't mind.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
I got to use the restroom.
Yeah, 100%, bro. So you guys check it out. What we're going to do is what I realized is why was I feeding into that? Why was I feeding into that human nature to validate myself? What was I trying to prove and what was happening, right? Like there's a lot of stuff going on with that. And I want to say I'm sorry for something I learned. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to be on for about 2 minutes, you guys. But when we come back, I'm going to open up to Kyle about why I did that, like why I was feeling like that. And really what it is that I actually learned from it yesterday. And bro, it's why I ended up texting you last night at like 9:30 or 10:30 or whatever it was.
Right.
Yeah, dude, we're going to share that when we come back from the break. But you guys, we got a big day planned. We got a lot of show left. Stay tuned and sit back, go get your coffee. I don't know, take a vitamin break, dude, use the bathroom like Kyle's got to do. I don't know, do your business, but whatever you do it fast. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
When I was 23, I had the hardest night of my life. And I'll never forget that night that I tried to end it all. You see, I grew up in a place where people didn't tell you could be anything you wanted to be. They didn't give you options. They didn't give you hope. And at this time in my life, at age 23, I just decided, you know what? I can't possibly go on. There's no other options. I literally have no hope to be any better. And as I sat there that night and I downed that bottle of pills, and as I took that bottle of vodka down, I called my mom to say one last goodbye. And as I went out of consciousness, lying on the floor, hearing my mom scream my name, I had instant regret with what I had chose to do. And what I want to do now and the way that I live my life, and the reason that I try so hard and I push so far is because I want everybody to know that it doesn't matter who you've been, where you've came from, or what you've done. It doesn't matter if you feel like you have no options or you have zero hope. I'm here as a living, proven testament that you can do a 180 in your life, and you can go from anything, doesn't matter what you are, to be anything you want. You just have to have the power to believe in yourself and surround yourself with people who want you to win. My name is Marshal Gillen. I'm a speaker, author, and coach, and I'm hoping to save 1 million lives. We'll save 1 million lives. Yo, welcome back, everybody. Bro, man, I didn't.
Talk to me.
Oh, bro, dude, I'm so grateful for my life. I'm so grateful. I didn't mean this. It's just like watching the pictures of those people. It's just things I forget that I've done, you know? And it's like I see all those people. I'm like, fuck, those are my people. Like they believe in me and they support me and they showed up to my events and they've bought my products and they've like taken me in, dude. And we're having this talk about hate and all these things. It's just I've been amped up for so many days now, being like, why is everybody fighting? Like it's not, we're not dealing with racism and white privilege, we're dealing with hate and hurt, you know? And so just for me to like, man, it's just for me to like to think about being where I'm at now and like, you know, from being in like a fucking crack house or having a gun at your head or fucking the terrible things I've done, the places I've been, like, fuck, what are we talking about, dude? You know?
I was literally just thinking on our break, going to the bathroom and back, about, wow, it's interesting that we're talking about this, about how foggy my memory is because my inability to be present in a lot of moments, like, it didn't allow me to get like clear memories of those moments. So I try to think back and I'm like, wow, it's talking about not enjoying and not being grateful for the people that I had around me. It's like 100% like just it's talking right now with you about that is like I'm glad we're having this conversation because it's making me reflect that to the best of my ability, for every moment I will be present from now on because I understand that like every present moment is a memory of my future self. So it's like we have to like start being aware and notice that and be grateful. Like, bro, thank you for sharing that with us. That's
hey man, I mean, like, I was doing fine. I just all of a sudden those pictures started playing of me on my rooftop, and it just all of a sudden it hit me out of nowhere, and I'm like, fuck. I remember all those events, dude. I remember all the people that have come up to me, you know, the people that message me, and it's I think that's why I'm so mad, right? I'm so mad because everybody wants to blame everybody else. And I'm like, I feel like I have a place to stand because of what I've contributed every day of my life for the last 7 years, but definitely for the last 4 years. And not that I'm better or different than anybody else, you know, but I'm like, that's why I'm so emotional right now. Cause I'm thinking like, you know, I get so angry at people that are so close-minded or not awake, the people that come at me, you know, and I'm like, bro, you know what it was like to be there, dude. Like it's easy to remember, but now I'm seeing the faces of the people that have come to me and remembering all the people, and I'm like, fuck, they came to me too, you know. And so it's like, dude, I'm so fucking grateful. I just get overwhelmed sometimes, and it's hard because, well, first off, I want to share something that you wrote on your Facebook wall, okay? But before I do, I want to say I'm sorry to the Gillen gang. I realized a very valuable lesson last night. And the lesson is that I've been making this show, I've been making my content, I've been preaching my message in a way where I've been trying to get people who don't believe me to believe in me. Like I was just telling you, Kyle, like I realized that I've been making the show in a way, it's like I want to prove everybody who doesn't believe how to believe. And last night, after everything, I made this crazy video. I made a video and I posted it right away last night, but then I actually took it down and I reposted it this morning after I had some time to think about it, which was a mature thing one of the most mature things I've done lately. But so my heart, you know, my heart bleeds, bro, to help people. Like it just does. But I'm a very passionate guy. And I'm so accepting, I would say, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, but it wasn't easy for me to change. And the one thing I won't accept is people that come to me with excuses or as playing victim. Now, if they're playing victim and they're not standing in their anger and rage and coming at me, then even if you come in at me, I'll still accept you. But when you show up with rage and anger, like my stepfather did, like I'm done. I'm automatically, my being is just turned off because of the way I was conditioned. And so there's parts of me that like, look, bro, like if it's going to be one, it's going to be one. I say it all the time, right? And so last night I was so mad and so hurt, and the number of people that of what they said that I felt like I had to make this video to validate myself. So I made it and I posted it. And I thought about it. And I was sitting there and I messaged you. And I was like, because I was starting to get a lot of views really quick, like 400 views in like 30 minutes, which is a lot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It started to go. On Instagram, it was like 300 or something, right? And so I'm like, I started to really think about it. And all of a sudden it hit me, bro. And I know we hear this all the time, but it's like, dude, you have got to just speak your truth. If you're the type of person that's genuinely trying to become a better person every single day in all areas of your life, then you shouldn't feel bad for speaking your truth. As long as I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, we all have to grow, but we have to speak our truths. And I haven't been speaking my truth. I've been speaking my truth, but through the lens where I'm trying to get other people who don't believe to believe, because I'm trying to save them. But I'm so passionate about it, it comes out as anger and me blaming. And so I have this little tiny Gillen gang over here that they follow, like, yeah, Marshall. But what if, Kyle? What if I didn't apologize for the fact that I'm voting for Trump in 2020? What if I never brought anything up? What if I didn't go, guys, sorry, you guys are told your opinion? What if I was just like, you know what? I'm voting for Trump I'm voting for Trump in November. Or what if I was just like, yeah, bro, dude, COVID's fake. We know that. I actually said that like in March 13th in the video. Or what if I was just like, no, that's fucking bullshit. I don't believe that. I don't support Black Lives Matter. I don't believe it. I think your profile picture is bullshit. On to the next thing, right? And so
Right.
It's like, what I need to focus on, and what I'm inviting us to focus on, Kyle, because I know that you're saying that you're getting a lot of coaching through just the way that we're showing up together through this. It's like, dude, you know what? We can all have our own opinions. And if you're the type of guy or the gal who's actually showing up and doing their job every day, then like, I feel like I have the right to speak. You know, part of what we're doing every day is we show up at 2 hours live every day, Monday through Friday. Who else is doing that?
Facts.
Live. Who else is putting on, I mean, all the energy and time I put into research and then to level my mind up and to do the work to be able to handle all this energy transfer and being through it. And same thing for you. It's like, it's a lot, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what if I just stopped trying to prove to everybody, like I wanted to save everybody? And what if I was just like, you know what, Gillen gang, life is a fucking party. And if you believe like I believe, then tune into the show. And if you don't, sucks to suck, bro. And so that's what I learned last night when I text you. And then I woke up this morning, I said, you know what, I owe the Gillen gang an apology. And I wanted to say, Gillen gang, for those of you who are actually going to be watching this at this time, whether it's live or you actually made it this far in the broadcast, I want to say I'm sorry. I want to say I'm sorry for not showing up for you in the real true way that I want to, as the real true leader that so many of you see me as, and that I still refuse to see myself as, because I've been playing scared, because I've been hurt for so long. And for me, what happened yesterday was a trigger and an opportunity for me to get better. I was so excited because I knew that there was some kind of rage and anger hidden inside of me. And yesterday I was able to release something that most people never get an opportunity to release. I was able to wake up this morning and go, you know what? How I feel is how I feel. And I still want to be humble, because I am. And I still want to be caring and empathetic of everybody. I still believe one love, one people. But right now, like I told you a couple of weeks ago, bro, I was like, right now is the time to build our army. Right now, it's like, I told you, right? I was like on a phone call we had, I said, bro, the whole world is about 3 years away from being woke. So right now, we're not meant to go out and save the sheep. They're good right now. What we're meant to do right now is go out and find go out and find the leaders like us, go out and find the game changers, the real true storytellers, the changers of reality, to build an army, to build a Gillen gang. So I'm sorry, Gillen gang. I haven't been focused on actually talking to you, actually helping you. I'm done trying to prove to everybody that George Soros funded Black Lives Matter. You don't have to believe that to watch this show. You can still love me. That's just what I believe. So I'm going to say it. Okay. You can watch and take in context or out of context, however you want what Kyle and I do. But from now on, and I know, Kyle, you'll probably declare this with me too, right? Like, we're just not. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say 100%. I'm agreeing with you and declaring it with you, because as you're speaking again, and from the coaching standpoint, and I'm listening as you as a mentor, I'm like, okay, I'm seeing everything you're saying in myself, like as you're speaking, like I'm ready to step into just talking about the things I want to talk about, speaking my mind, like and that's what it is. So
we're not going to say we're not going to say we're sorry anymore. And I was just telling a friend of mine, not a friend of mine, a potential client of mine. He lives in Lithuania, and like, he's been through so much. Both of his parents died. Mom died of breast cancer. Dad died a few years after that. He was in a terrible biking accident, cycling accident. Broke his back or leg or his leg. Wasn't supposed to walk again or something like this. Fucking overcame it. He's like 26 or something. And I was like, dude, in Gillen Gang, you probably are like this too. I know that I've been like this up until now. It's like, he knows everything he's done. He's been through a ton of digital marketing training, a ton of personal development, a ton of business mastery, but he's still failing to take action on starting to his speaking. He wants to speak and he wants to impact the world through his stories, and he wants to get paid, and he wants to do all the stuff that I do, that you're about to do. And he's like, I just don't know, Marshall. I don't feel like qualified. I just don't know if I can say that. And I'm like, bro, this is the thing that we don't realize as human beings usually, is that we're the hardest on ourselves. And okay, Marshall. No, but truly, we are the hardest on ourselves. And what I mean by that is like, listen, Kyle, you and I, we get up every day and we work on ourselves every day, and we're disciplined and we stick to it. And when we're not, we admit it. And when we aren't, we take a step back and we go, okay, what am I missing here? And how can I make it better? We don't meet it with anger anymore. We've done for those things. And so we don't have to feel guilty for feeling good. Just because we think we're badasses doesn't make us cocky. It doesn't make us pretentious. And fuck anybody how dare anybody else try to put that label on us. And Kyle, as long as you and I truly believe in our hearts that when we wake up in the morning, that we're truly trying our best, like we're actually being a good person, guess what, bro? We are good people. And so that's the thing, is like, when you speak your opinion, Kyle, it doesn't make you a bad person. You know why? Because every single thing that you do every fucking day and how you show up, Kyle, is inherently good about you. Like, that's what I told my friend. I'm like, bro, you're a good person. Like, you don't think you're a good person because you're constantly working on I got to work on myself. I got to work on myself. Like, bro, that's great. Keep working on yourself, but you can be great while keep working on yourself. Kobe Bryant didn't quit practicing. Michael didn't win championship number 1 and quit practicing. He didn't win 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and then quit practicing. The greatest keep practicing. They keep getting better. And so if you're already committed to that growth mindset and becoming great at what you do, then stop tripping about what it is you're going to say, because there's an excellent chance that what you're saying is probably needed because you are a good person. And so you're not going to just be using your social platforms to spit off bullshit. And anybody that's going to try to frame it in your mind that you might be that person, fuck them, because you're not that person if you say you're not that person. And if you are comfortable in the actions that you take every day that reinforce to yourself and prove to yourself that you know who you are, you, then fuck what anybody else would say. And so I put that video back up this morning. So I want to show that video real quick for the Gillen Gang. And then I want to show a post that Kyle made to tie this all together, because, bro, it was the most beautiful post on your page. And so first I want to make space and say, I'm sorry, Gillen Gang. I'm sorry for not speaking my truth. I'm sorry for not speaking to you guys. And I'm sorry for going out there and just focusing on trying to prove all the people who didn't like me that I'm right and they're wrong, even though I didn't realize I was doing that.
I would like to say that I'm sorry also to the Gillen Gang, because as we're talking, I'm noticing it's not like I've been lying or hiding anything, but I've been holding back, I would say, like my truths, like how I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like I haven't been being 100% myself, and I'm ready to just 100%. And I just wanted to say I'm sorry also to the Gillen Gang, and you and I discussed before the show, like we're gonna shift gears a little bit, and I feel like the show is gonna get even better from here.
Yeah, dude, because I just want to focus on talking.
My bad, bro. I also wanted to say thank you so much, and I'll on behalf of the Gillen Gang, accept that apology and acknowledge you, bro. And we see you, and thank you so much for always being 100% vulnerable.
I appreciate you, bro. I like it. Gillen Gang. I love it. We're going to get Gillen Gang headquarters opened up here soon, you guys. Kyle, thank you for being here. Rich says, what do you say to people that say it's not about you validating yourself right now? Well, like, listen, they say that, Rich, because they are validating themselves, because somewhere in their past existence and their childhood trauma, they didn't feel heard or like they were able to express themselves. And so they probably believe in this, what's going on, but the rage and anger comes from a catalyst, that they're using this experience as a catalyst to say, yo, bro, fuck you, Marshall. It's not about validating you right now, because now they can validate what they want in themselves by connecting to this, because it's not actually coming from them. Because if it came from them, they would feel pretentious and like everybody would look at them and be like, oh, but if there's something in the world that's going on where they're like, oh yeah, this gives me the chance to be heard. Now they're not thinking that consciously, although some people are, but most people, it's a subconscious programming. And so they get behind the cause that is ignited by rage and fear. And because they have a hurt inside of them they never dealt with. And so they can find a relatability in the story, which is this. And now they get behind it. They see me as something that opposes that. And then they root into the emotion, which we know, we just said rage and anger is a proactive emotion to avoiding pain. Again, anger and rage is a proactive emotion to avoiding pain. And so if you've had pain in the past, now you know what the emotion is and you know the triggers, and you don't think about them consciously but subconsciously. So every time that happens, you use these things in society or in reality to act on that. So, okay, here they are. They don't feel validated and expressed and heard in their life, which caused a lot of pain and made them feel like they weren't very good or that they were shitty. So now they become an adult. They get a little chip on their shoulder, like, I'm going to prove the fucking world that they're wrong and they should have bet on me. And anybody that opposes me, get the fuck out of my way because I'm empowered. Cool. Everything's great. Can't argue with that. That's how I say you should live life. But then there's still a wounded pain in them. So every time they're online, anywhere in the world, anytime something happens, there's a movie, a song, they're like, fuck that. That's about this. And they're constantly, everything in their lens becomes about having to fight off racism. Or for me, right? Save everybody. Prove to everybody to wake up. Help everybody. Because, Marshall, you're not worth fucking anything if you're not helping everybody. Because you're such a piece of shit, Marshall. You're such a fraud. If you don't help everybody, then you will never prove, Marshall, that you actually care. And so you have to go out there and do all this, Marshall, to prove that you're not a fraud. That's my whole life. I've always felt like a fraud because I would go have success in real life. All the accolades of everything. I've won everything that there is to win. I've done all the things, but I would come home and be told I'm a worthless piece of shit by my stepfather for all of my life, right? And so my narrative is, no matter how much success I have, I'll never be good enough. I'll never be happy. That's my narrative. And so I show up online. That's why I've done this. But the reason that I act out at people that don't agree with me is because I'm like, how dare you question my integrity? But that's the same fucking thing as the person that's doing the other thing, which is going, fuck you, Marshall, you ignorant prick, you white fucking privileged piece of shit. You don't, like, that's what people are saying to me, right? Literally, right. Read the comments.
Wow.
Because they're just validating their own hurt. And they don't even realize it because they've ran from it for so long. They constantly find just like me. I built Top Paid Speaker, saved a bunch of lives, made a fucking bunch of money because I was constantly trying to validate myself. And so, Rich, what do I say to people who say, oh, it's not about validating yourself right now? I say, okay, fine. I would be like, fine. I would be like, then validate yourself, like within yourself. Find the hurt and pain. We talk about it every time. You guys, it's super simple. You've got to become aware of what the triggers are in your life. Find the trigger. Ask yourself, what emotion does this trigger bring up? And then ask yourself, where else in my life does this emotion trigger that same response? And then ask yourself, when's the first time I remember being triggered by that? Or when's the first time I remember feeling that rage or that fear? For me, I can now trace it back. The first time I felt insecure was when I was 2 years old, the day that my dad came back to my house after him and my mom had split up the day before. My mom got a restraining order because he beat the hell out of her the day before. He showed up the next morning drunk. And him and my mom got in a fight. I remember standing right there as a 2-year-old, and he threw my mom through the front door, and then he took off. And that was the first time I now remember. I can trace it back now after all this deep work that I've done for the last few years. That like, oh, that was the first time I remember truly feeling not safe. And so I can go now. We talk about this all the time, and this is the stuff we love to talk about. Is then I went backwards, and I healed that. I changed that story through meditation and visualization. And so now I can change the story of that. But just to get to Rich's point, it's like, Rich, like, I realize that if anybody that says that, they don't understand me. And it's no longer my job to make people understand me. I'm going to validate myself for myself because I'm proud of myself. But I'm going to become aware of not validating myself through false flags like Black Lives Matter or like COVID-19 or like all the bullshit, the false flags that fly in everything that we do. All the marketing, all the media, all the movies. I know who I am because I inherently wake up every day to be a good person. So I know I'm a good person, and I don't have to explain myself to anybody besides myself because I finally got into a place where I love myself, but I'm slowly giving into the matrix where they're pulling me back in. like they are most people. And so we're going to go to a short commercial break. But when we come back, I'm going to share with you guys the video that I posted this morning, the outrage I felt last night, but why I reposted this morning, why I'm leaving it. We're going to play the clip here, and then we're going to read what Kyle said, because on the next half of the show, it's going to be the beginning of a new era. This is the last hour of the Marshal Gillen Show with Kyle Dillinger that's going to be like it's ever been before. And what we're doing is we're showing up, we're committing to you, Gillen Gang, the Kyle crew, to showing up in a new power, to validate us, to validate people like us, not blacks and whites and yellows and reds and men and women and Martians and fucking all the people. Like, no, life. Because one love, one people. Like, it doesn't matter what the fucking expression is. It all started with one thing, which is God. It all comes from a source energy. And this is all meaningless. At the end of the day, nobody fucking cares. We're literally on an organic fucking rock, somehow stuck to it by a possibly or not possibly made up fucking belief, which is gravity, round or flat, I don't know, but we're hurling through the middle of nowhere into eternity. Like, none of this fucking matters. Or we're not, or we're literally the center of the universe and it's a video game. And when we get unplugged, we just start all over again, or not. I don't know, but I'm telling you that we're going to get
excited to talk about it.
100%. And this is going to be a change for the Gillen Show, only in the fact that, like, you guys, I'm no longer going to try to sell that people need to believe in Kyle and I. Either you believe in us or you don't, because we know who we are every day that we wake up. And for Kyle and I to be able to say that feels fucking good. And you know what, Kyle? I do kind of feel like hot shit, because we are hot shit. Because we're also the type of guy that fucking to roll up our fucking sleeves and our pants and get in the water, get in the mud. We put in the work every day. Action is action is action. And my last post, I'm going to share that when we come back. But you got to take action if you want to have change. And I took action 3 years ago. Kyle, I talk about this all the time, but I'm going to show right now a clip during this commercial break of the day I walked out of the store, out of my consulting thing, and I went live. It's a little portion of it, but I've been fucking taking action and calling my shots since day one. Look how my life has been changing. I was just bawling live on camera because I'm so overwhelmed with how much I've changed. It comes down to a decision, and that decision then takes action. And let me tell you what, Gillen Gang, action is not posting a fucking profile picture. Oh, I'm going to post a profile picture. Oh, we ended racism yesterday because I fucking blacked out my profile picture because I posted Black Lives Matter. Oh, you did? Oh, some guy was like, oh, I wrote the police department a letter. I was like, oh, yeah, let me see it. Post it. It's like fucking a novel. I'm like, you really think, have you seen what's going on in the world, homie? Do you realize that the police departments are all under siege right now? Do you think they have time to read your fucking novel about how you disagree with? Give me a fucking break. There's a difference between action and showing up as the type of person every single day that actually creates space and change and transformation and saves in people, and just talking about it. And we're going to put that back. Guys, this is the Marshal Gillen, Kyle Dillinger. We are going to go to a short commercial break. When we come back, I can't wait to show them what it is, though, that you shared, because it was absolutely gangster, bro. This is the Marshal Gillen Show. It is Wednesday, June 3rd. We'll see you in just a moment. And one purpose only of this entire show, of literally everything I do. And depending on how long you followed me and how deep you know my content, you're going to learn that the number one thing that I'm here for is you. I'm putting in the work so you guys have the steps, the tools, the resources to get to work and have success when you're ready. Now, this is the thing, guys. I feel like anybody that wants to work hard and wants to get better and wants more success should be able to. So my mission in life is to give you guys as much value as I possibly can forever and always. Now, twofold, I'm giving you guys this show for a reason. And I want to show you guys that anything is possible. Anything. Right? And I'm going to take away all the excuses that you could possibly have, because I'm going to show you guys from ground zero to where I'm going on exactly how to build a career using social media. Now, this show could end up being me falling flat on my face, but I don't think that's going to happen. So my goal is to become a paid public speaker. I'm going to use my past experiences. I'll tell you guys more about my story as the episodes continue, and we're going to see what happens. You guys, I'm going to show you the power of social media, the mobile phone, and how in 2017, if you have enough will and desire to do something in life, you can do literally anything you want to. I'm going to go from nothing to a well-paid public speaker, and this is going to be my story while I do it. You're going to want to check this out. Well, really clever tune and music is supposed to be playing right now, but dude, like,
I figured,
bro, let's go. Like, really, like,
that was
I'm proud of. I called that verbatim. And then I fucking did it. And so for anybody that thinks that this is not going to be a 7-figure show, or that we're not going to be one of the #1 fucking most transformational, brands in the world, you got another thing coming. Like, listen, I'm done trying to prove to everybody what I am and what I do. I'm just going to fucking start focusing on the people that do believe in me and pouring into them even more. And so you and I, bro, from this day forward, we're going to make sure that we're taking care of the Gillen gang. We're going to build the Kyle crew, and we're going to go forward in this life, and we're going to live every single fucking day as a representation of what we actually feel on the inside. And if anybody doesn't believe in that, like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Done.
Don't tune in.
Done. Like, we're letting go. But that's every aspect of our life, homie. You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah. And that's what I've been noticing a lot lately is I've been repeating it. How you said how you do one thing is how you do everything. I've been constantly reminding myself of that because, well, I don't know why I got off on that tangent, but that's just, it is what it is. Like,
we got to. It's like we can't preach people not to live in fear. We can't preach them not to live in fear of whatever their act is when we're literally living.
Help me out here. What was I? Say it again.
I said we can't let people live in fear. Like, we can't live in fear ourselves. We can't preach to people, hey, you got to move through your fears and take action.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Our own fear. Like, if we're not actually saying the things that we actually think, if we're playing small because we're still worried about what somebody might say. Oh, should I really say all lives matter? Like, people are going to be fucking mad. They might say hateful stuff to me. Fuck that. Listen, I'm not going to spend a day of my life ever pretending like all lives don't matter to me. And so I want to share this post real quick, Kyle, so people can get, I want to share with the Gillen gang what we did, and then we're going to unpack this. And then I want to share what you said, because that's the new age we're moving into. But I also want it to be known, I don't feel bad for what it is I've created and what it is I've done. Like, I believe in what I said. And it kind of ties back into what Rich said about validation. Mm-hmm. But if you're the type of guy or gal who shows up every day, does your job, and you build a platform that's built around saving people's lives through storytelling and being vulnerable, then I'm not going to apologize for how I feel, because I know inherently I'm a good person, and whatever God is putting into my heart is what I'm supposed to be saying right now. Now, I know that people can be like, oh, bro, that people will fucking spout out the mouth and say all kinds of crazy shit. Okay, that's your perception, and you might be right, but it's not my perception, because I know who I am. So something like that, I'm like, I'm not even going to hear you anymore. I'm not going to hear you anymore. Oh, Marshall, any crazy lunatic could say God made him to do it. Yeah, you're right. Have a good day, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so,
okay, yeah.
But let me play this for you guys. It's 5 minutes long, but this is important for me to share. And then we're going to share what Kyle said. The post says, action isn't posting a black square. Action isn't posting Black Lives Matter. Action isn't protesting, looting, and rioting. Action is what you do and how you live your life daily. Yesterday, I posted a simple phrase that best represents in my heart about how I feel about humanity. All lives matter. I had a ton of amazing support. I also had a lot of people telling me I'm racist, ignorant, part of the problem, only doing it for attention and views, naive to what's going on, heartless, cowardly, and that I'm not taking action. Now, Kyle, for me, again, my trigger and what I'm continuing to work on, because I don't like the way that it makes me feel and the way that I show up, but my trigger is when my integrity is questioned. Like, I hate that. And that's like, I think what makes me like, and for Gillen gang or for anybody else, like, let me know. Is that like a trigger for you, is when your integrity is questioned? So I decided, this is when I decided this morning to repost this. And I said, Kyle, dude, I got to change. We can't just keep trying to get all the people that don't believe in us to believe in us. We've got to only focus on the people who think like us. Because what the fuck, why would we want to do anything in life different? Like, let's just talk about what we want to talk about, and the people that we're meant to hang out with, we'll hang out with. And because we're inherently good people who take action and donate time, money, and energy and build for-purpose businesses, I bet you we're going to do a lot of fucking good in the world. And I'm no longer going to question myself, because I've already accepted that I'm a good person. I love myself. And so I said, back to the post, I said, hey, if you're like me and you believe that Black Lives Matter was created by Soros to oppress Black people, if you're voting Trump 2020, if you think that COVID is fake, if you think that none of the protests actually help, if you are a for-purpose business or creating one in the future, if you're donating time, money, and energy every day in some facet, if you think that hate only leads to hate, I'm like, this video isn't for you, my brother or sister. If you are willingly ignorant among my network, I'm sure this post will weed you out. And I just said it, Kyle, because I'm a little bit more passionate. I get a little bit more fired up. We had a little talk about that. And when you read your post here next, we'll talk about the difference in you and I, but then we're going to talk about the new era we're moving it forward to and what we're going to do together as Gillen gang and the Kyle crew to kind of move this forward. I said, you're weak as fuck. Your mind is weak, and I want no part of it. I said, wake up and nut up. It's time to it's time to save the world, which I'm like, yo, Gillen gang, it's called action. Like, it's time to go. Otherwise, shut the fuck up and get out of the way. Because people like Kyle and I are coming through. You know what I mean? I said, I've been having work to do, right? I've been having it. I've been doing it. I'm on a mission to save a billion lives, the power of vulnerability and storytelling. Gillen gang, where you
Preach
at?
it.
All lives matter. Now I'm going to play this video real quick because I want to reiterate where it is I'm coming from. And I'm only going to say this once, and then we're moving into the new era. Because I'm no longer going to do this. And same thing for you, Kyle. Like, this post is you moving into a new era. And so we're going to finish this hour off before we go to the next break with me doing this video, you reading this post, and then talk, and we're going to unpack that over the next hour. What I would love is if you're watching this live, let us know if you want to be part of the conversation. We'll talk about bringing you on live or something. Who is doing promo product? Rich. I am doing my own promo products, bro. Through drop shipping. He hates them. Rich, who we still love, hate our products. Some
damn,
people
Rich.
them. Yeah, listen, I bought. Some people are buying, you know? And
right, I'm waiting on my package to come.
100%, dude. And so it's like, yeah, you can't please everybody. And although Rich is a huge fan of us and a big fan of the show, and the number one promo product, distributor in my network, like, that's what Rich does. For everybody that knows, it's a little tongue in cheek. I mean, he's being serious as an expert, like as a speaking expert. When I see people speak and they're garbage, which is like 99% of people, I'm like secretly judging them, but I still love them. And so, like, same thing with Rich. Rich, we love you. I don't know what to say, bro. Like, we're doing what we can in the beginning while we build the Gillen gang empire, and I'm proud to have you part of it. And who knows, maybe someday 100%. You'll help. But right now, I love it. I love our shit.
I'm pumped. I'm excited.
Have you seen our Take Your Vitamins fucking stuff, bro? Like, take your vitamins. Grab your fucking vitamin pack.
That's going to be my next order.
These are not the little tiny vitamin packs. Like this one right here is my vitamin pack. It's just a regular like vitamin pack. Bro, these vitamin packs are a product that I get them from a place in Europe. So they're like, Europe is known for their Manny packs. Okay, bro? Okay? And they're known for their handbags, satchels, whatever you want to call them. So these fanny packs are like the big, like they're like big, like they're big fan, like a big fanny pack.
Right. Making a statement.
European style. Yeah, dude. I like it. I like big watches. I like being big and loud. So let's check out this video real quick. Yeah, let's check it out.
Let's check it.
I hope this doesn't crash my computer. It says Hispanic, right? I grew up. For those of you guys who may not know, I'm half Mexican. So I grew up half Hispanic, half white. I grew up split households because my parents were divorced. My stepfather was a mean ass motherfucker and terribly abusive. I tried to kill myself because of bullying that I got from him and in school. I became addicted to drugs. My dad left at 2. So I grew up in 2 households. One was very destructive. I used to watch my dad beat the fuck out of his girlfriend when he was wasted drunk when I'd go see him every other weekend. I've been in and out of the system. I've been held at gunpoint by cops in multiple occasions. I've been held at gunpoint by gang members in multiple situations. I've sold drugs. I've bought drugs. I've robbed people. I've robbed houses. I've stabbed people. I've shot people. I didn't obviously go to prison for any of that. I have done all kinds of indespicable and disturbing things because I was so hurt. On top of that, since I've healed myself and since I became an entrepreneur the last 4 years, I also have this thing that we believe in called Make Money Matter, where as an entrepreneur, I believe I'm a superhero and that I can go out and make money, which most people can't do. And so I believe in having a for-purpose business where I give away the money that I make to people who need it. I've spent the last 3 years every single day repping International Network of Hearts and or volunteering my time, my energy, and my money to International Network of Hearts because there's 40 million people a year that are trafficked. 40 million. I've hung out with a 2-year-old who's been raped repeatedly. So excuse the fuck out of me if I'm not going to take a break from a day where I say all lives matter because it's not for attention. To Marshal fucking Gillen, all lives matter. It doesn't take away from the Black community. It doesn't take away from anybody unless you take it away from yourself. The fact that I sit here and go, oh, all lives matter, like Are you fucking kidding me? Are you so selfish? And so just because I say all lives matter doesn't mean I'm oblivious to what the fuck is going on. I've been a product of racial profiling. I have black friends. I've dated black girls. None of those, I mean, like, literally, like, I don't understand how people consider and tell me I'm a bigot, and I don't understand when every single waking moment of my fucking life for the last 7 years has been dedicated, every single moment, to getting people to stop killing themselves. Stop killing themselves. Now, look, again, if it triggers you that I refuse to say Black Lives Matter because I know that they're going through it. I talk about it. I do a 2-hour live show, a live coaching session every fucking day. And so let those without sin throw the first stone, right? Let all you motherfuckers who are putting your Black Lives Matter up for the first fucking time, but you don't do jack shit. You're not an entrepreneur. You're not giving your money away. You're not starting causes. You're not starting charity events. You're not donating your time. You haven't been speaking in schools. You haven't been traveling around the world doing all the shit that I've been doing and helping people. But it's so easy for you to sit here and dismiss 35 years of pain and suffering in the last 4 years of me saving lives. I've saved dozens and dozens of lives. For you to be mad at me and to burn down what I've built because I'm saying all lives matter and I'm not, and I won't say that Black lives matter because I believe all lives matter. Black lives matter, yellow lives, blue lives. And you're like, oh, Marshall, you don't get it. Fuck you. I do get it. I've been held at gunpoint, motherfucker. I've been pulled out of, get the fuck out of your car right now, Marshal Gillen. 9 cops with their guns trained on me. I've been sitting in a coke house where I was selling down in St. Louis and people busted in to rob the dude, fucking Desert Eagle, 50 cal at my fucking head. Don't fucking move, white boy. I'll blow your fucking brains out. I've been through all of that. I know what it's actually like to live these lives. I know what it's like to be in violence. I know what it's like to be arrested in and out of the system. I was arrested in San Diego 4 years ago and held overnight completely illegally. They held me for public intoxication. Didn't even have a drink. They wouldn't blow me, wouldn't give me a blood test, nothing. So for all of you who want to sit here and act like I'm just so easily trying to get attention, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Not because you're hurting me, but because by trying to burn me down, you discount all of the lives I have saved and the things that they have gone out and done and fucking lives that they have saved. So guess what? If you don't like me, run up and see me then. And we'll fucking see. We'll fucking see. Run up and fucking see me. And then we'll see what's up. Or shut the fuck up or block me. Or shut the fuck up and get on my team. But I'm not going to listen to all you weak-ass, pathetic little bitches fucking coming at me because, oh, you don't get it. You're a fucking racist. Fuck you. I'm not racist at all. And if you feel like I am because I won't pick one day where I exclude everybody, you don't get what black people are going through. Fuck you. You don't know what I've been through. I've been racially profiled for being Mexican. So fuck you. You haven't done half the shit that I have done. And you don't do a fucking fraction of the shit that I do every single day of my life. As an entrepreneur and as a motivational speaker and as somebody who dedicates 40 hours of free coaching every fucking month, 40 hours like clockwork for free. So fuck you. I'm not part of the problem. You creating rage and hate around something, drawing your lines in the sand, you're part of the problem and you're fucking ignorant. So the reason I showed that, now people are going to go, okay, so Marshall, you're just trying to use your show again to validate your stance. Wrong. I want to dive into this, then we're going to get into your thing here in a second after we go to the break. I want to come back and share your perspective. But Gillen gang, one is I'm never the type of person to run from the things that I've done, right or wrong. And so I always stand up and accept accountability. Now, there is a lot of anger and rage in that video. However, I always, Kyle, I always tell you, everybody, right? Dude, I'm like, emotion is not good or bad. And so for Marshal Gillen's recent life, the last 3 years, definitely the last year and a half, when I feel that emotion come up, I suppress it because I go, nope, that's not right. That's not okay, Marshall. You're not that kind of person. You're loving. Okay. So for a year and a half, I've been suppressing this anger and rage to actually speak my truth, which is like, if you're lazy or you're a victim, I don't feel bad for you. And I am kind of a hard ass in that regard. And so, right. But the reason I wanted to show that video is because I can't judge my emotions as good or bad. Last night, I honored my emotion by expressing myself in a medium that I've worked hard to build. It's hard because it's like, I'm sitting here going, oh, well, hate and rage, you can't go out and do that. But there I am giving it. But the point of it is that the difference between me and hating and raging, as in looting or rioting, is that I'm not rooting down in my anger. After I posted that video for the first time last night, I was leaving to go pick up more vitamins, and I started laughing out loud to myself in the car. And I said, you know what? I feel fucking better. And I did. And then I messaged you right after that. And I was like, you know what, bro? And what I'm trying to get to the Gillen gang is, listen, I've said this before on other shows. I know that I work so hard to be the man that I am, that 99% of the time, I'm going to show up better and above almost everybody else, because I work really fucking hard to be that guy. But 1% of the time, I'm a human being, and there's going to be emotion, and I'm no longer going to judge my anger. But I'm also like not going to post right away anymore. I'm going to use these mediums as maybe so video is my expression. I'm going to make the video like I did last night, but instead of posting it right away, then I'm going to sit on it. And if I still feel that way after the moment has passed because of my beliefs, then I'll share it. I'm going to share it. And last night, this morning, I woke up and decided, you know what? Like I'm going to live authentically. This is how I felt. And in my rage, I felt better, but I expressed myself in a way that was, I would say, safe. Like, but not really. I kind of invited violence on myself, and I kind of indicated that I would fucking do violence to you if you ran up on me. But I'm like, dude, if you like, I've been ran up on. Like, it's happened. We've had doors kicked down. Like, you know. And so I'm like, I guess it's just that I always, what do you say in the beginning of the show? Oh, we always think everything's about us. And so I'm just like, oh yeah, everybody already knows about all of that. And so they don't see that. Like, I look like a white boy now. I didn't used to look like a white boy. I used to look very fucking Mexican, like a gang member.
Right.
And so people don't see that anymore. But like, I can't, back to Rich's original thing is like validating ourselves. Like, I can't no longer, Kyle, like I can no longer not validate certain parts of me. And I don't have to do that through anybody else, because I know that I'm inherently a good person. So I'm not going to judge myself as good or bad anymore. Like, I know who I am. I know what God did. And for some people, if that was the message that I was sent through and it wasn't in a hateful manner, like where I'm trying to be hateful to somebody, I'm just angry. I'm fucking angry that my integrity is being questioned. And that anger is being expressed like, fuck you. How fucking dare you judge me and discount me? That's my plight. Okay. And so all I'm saying is I'm not going to judge that anymore. There's still a wounded Marshall who needs to heal. And part of that healing is expressing and honoring my emotion. And part of honoring and expressing some of that emotion, like 1% of the time, is going to be anger. And that is okay. Because I laughed it off when I was done. I didn't hurt anybody. And I was like, you know what? That was funny and I feel better. Like, God, I need to get that off my chest. And then I started being a good human being again. And I text you, and now here we are. And so that's it. I just wanted to share that perspective for the Gillen gang and for you too, Kyle, because it's like,
thank you.
You know, I want people to understand. It's like, that's not me trying to validate myself. That's part of what I feel my mission is to live. Dude, I just showed a video of me of March of 2017. Okay. 3 years ago of me going, listen, I'm going to show you everything, the good, the bad, and everything in between. I'm going to take away all of your excuses. I'm making the show for you. Right. That was 3 years ago, bro. I call it like, and so all I'm saying, Gillen gang, is if you see that video and look, I'm going to get a lot of hate for that too. So what?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not going to say anything to those people anymore. I'm not even going to say nothing. Maybe I love you or a heart, but nothing. Because why validate that energy in my life? I know that the Gillen gang that watches that, even though it might hurt their heart to see me acting like that, they're going to go, you know what though, Marshall? I can relate, because it in this part of my life or in this part of my journey or experience right now, I feel that way about that too. I feel like I'm tired of not expressing myself, and I'm tired of the people around me questioning my integrity. And you know what, Marshall? I'm ready to stand up for myself too. Cool. Then that's why God made that video, and that's why I reposted it. Because I know inherently I'm a good person. And even though it makes me sad to watch that video even now this morning after I've come off those emotions, because I'm like, God dang, bro, like you're really going in. But I'm like, good for you, bro. You said what you need to say and you expressed your emotion in a healthy way through a medium that you've worked really hard to build. And I'm not going to sit here today as the 99% Marshall that looks at the 1% Marshall and judges him, because I'm going, hey, it's like when your friend's puking, you're like, there you go. Get it out. Get it all out, man. Oh, God, you want some water? Oh, dude, don't
right.
Make sure you get it all out, right? Just purging. And so that's why I wanted to share that. So we're just going to take a short break, because I got to pee real quick. I didn't pee in the last one. I got to pee real quick. And then we're going to come right back. This is a short break. We're going to come right back. with Kyle's perspective of what his is. And I'm going to share something beautiful that Kyle wrote. That literally, when I read it, I was like, oh, okay, that's the universe reinforcing to me that I'm on the right track and it's time for love. And so when we come back, Gillen Gang, we're going to talk about that. But before we do, I want to prove to you, I'm done proving stuff. Gillen Gang, we're coming back shortly with next last half hour show and the beginning of a new era here on the Gillen Gang show, on the Marshal Gillen.
I'm super pumped.
Right?
I don't even know what's coming.
You don't know what's coming?
No.
Oh, bro, you should know what's coming because it's going to be badass. Hey, Larry, just hanging out. So check this out, guys. 2 years ago, I literally walked outside with my phone. I told you guys, check it out. This is my journey to becoming a highly paid public speaker. I don't know if it'll work. May fall flat on my face. I don't think I will. You know, over the last 2 years, you guys have seen me build a multi-six-figure business from scratch using just my mobile phone and social media and learning how to use public speaking and storytelling to help people change their lives, help them make more money. And so I'm telling you guys this is because a lot of people reach out to me and they ask, Marshall, how do I do that? Well, first off, you have to understand that maybe you don't want to be a public speaker. Maybe you don't want to work online. Maybe social media and all of that is not the answer for you. But it doesn't matter what the details are of what you want to do or how you do it. What I want you to think about, though, is how do you achieve that? What are the action steps that you have to take to actually make that happen? And so for me, the two biggest things that changed everything for me was, one, you guys hear me say this all the time, man. You've got to have the right information with the right people, right? You've got to have the right information, because if you don't have the right information to solve the problems that you need, you're never going to solve it. That's obvious, right? The second thing is you have to be in the right room with the right people. So it's not enough just to have the knowledge. You have to be in the right room with the right people. So what I'm going to suggest to you guys, and I'm going to challenge you guys, is to continue to get uncomfortable, continue to push yourself outside of your limits, continue to reach up, to leverage up. How do you meet higher level people? How do you build those relationships? How do you learn the information from the right people in the right room? If you guys start asking yourselves those questions, you're going to start having a lot more success in your life, a lot more fulfillment, a lot more joy, a lot more money too. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Marshal Gillen Show with Kyle Dillinger. We are here on YouTube. We're on Facebook. Or if you may be listening to us on Apple, maybe Spotify, Stitcher.
Big friends of Facebook, though.
Yeah. Public radio. I don't know. You're listening to us somewhere. You're listening to us somewhere. Somewhere in the world right now, you are letting Kyle and I penetrate your ear holes and or eyeballs. And for that, we thank you.
We thank you. Yeah.
Do we have consent to do that, to penetrate ear holes?
Well, by them being here, that's kind of consent.
Oh,
I mean, that's
okay, bro. No, yes, you're 100% right. And I don't believe in, penetration of any kind without consent. Like 100%. Don't
100%,
do any kind of
yes.
stuff without consent. So it's good. You're right. They consent by like clicking on here.
facts.
So welcome back, you guys. If you have just tuning in right now, if you're hearing this portion, we covered a lot in the first hour. I wanted to make some space for you guys to have an opportunity to get better. I'm already getting better every day, so I'm not worried about me, and I'm going to keep getting better every day. I'm not even worried about you.
Same.
Yeah, you will or you won't. But I made a lot of space for you today. Dude, I can't wait until we're the #1 show and everybody's trying to fucking like work with us and hang out. And I'm going to be a prick about it for probably the first like year or so. Not like a prick, but like Marshal Gillen prick. And I'm just going to tease people and like clown them. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And then we'll probably talk about it on the show and stuff. Oh, I'm such a
to me, when you say that to me, I don't know how to explain it other than like I already feel like we're the #1 show. Like there's no.
Well, we are.
Like, yeah, we are.
We gotta tighten it up. We're not for everybody.
Yeah,
we're the
exactly.
#1 show for somebody.
Facts. For multiple somebodies.
I'm telling you, bro. There's a right type of somebody out there that we're like literally the #1 show for them. And for other people out there, they're like, this show is the biggest bunch of bullshit in the entire world. And I would never.
And they're like, who the fuck are these two? And like, who are we?
The world's about to know.
Who knows?
Listen, this is the part that we're going to get into your post. The part that's weird, but I've been realizing, bro, is that now that the veil's been lifted from my eyes and I can take a step back and look at what's really going on in the world, like that there's an establishment of just a few that are playing the whole world like a puppet and they're trying to take over the world. I now understand that they own everything. Like everything that we see is owned by this establishment. It's run, and you can't be on it if you don't adhere to it. And so I realized that pretty much every the most famous people in the world and everything are part of it.
Right.
Because you can't, you will not be allowed to have a platform unless you adhere to what they want your message.
Like, yeah, you have to play the game, so
selling
to
your
speak.
soul. Yeah.
Right.
Well, literally selling your soul. And then for people who like don't want to do that anymore and try to get out, they wind up dead. And so I think about this, bro, and I'm like, oh wow, no wonder I was wanting to do a show like this for years, and I only waited until now. It's because now is the Great Awakening, and up until now, you've never been able to be famous like grassroots. Like there's come a point when you're throttled and you have a choice to make, and if you choose not to, then you're just thrown up into obscurity as a has-been or an almost or a one-hit wonder, right?
Wow.
And so those one-hit wonders popped and probably didn't want to adhere to the fucking system. And so they faded away and they became a one-hit wonder and we all clowned them, but they probably were never given an opportunity to actually do anything else again because they probably didn't want to adhere to what was going on and they were just ruined after that. And then what would you do? What happens to all one-hit wonders? They almost always become addicts and fall into some terrible fucking behavior. So what if you work really hard and you naturally had a grassroots movement? And I don't know why I'm thinking about Vanilla Ice. And this is a total generalization that could totally be full of shit. But what if you're Vanilla Ice and you make that song and the industry's like, fuck yeah, this is dope. Hey, Vanilla, we're going to sign to this label. We want your next 2 albums to be more about this. And he's like, no, I'm not doing it about that. And he's like, yeah, you're going to do it about this. And whatever this is. And he's like, no, that's not really my freedom. And then he's like, I'll just do it on my own. But it's not a time when Vanilla Ice has SoundCloud and he can be Chase the Rapper or fucking Russ. And so he goes off to do his own thing, doesn't have the money, and he's blackballed everywhere by an industry that says he can't do it. And all of a sudden now he's like, this sucks. I worked my entire fucking life. I was at the pinnacle of success. I was fucking Ninja Turtles 2 soundtrack 2, you know, all over, royalties rolling in. And now I've been labeled as a one-hit wonder. And it's bullshit because I actually never got my chance. And then here, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, that's far-fetched, but it's interesting to be alive during this time, Kyle, because I'm like, I believe I can become a #1 show with what it is I'm putting out into the world if I focus in on what I'm doing, because there's never been a time like now that you could get famous or become #1 unless you sold your soul to the system. But the system is being dismantled,
crumbling in front of our eyes.
In front of us. And the far left is trying their hardest right now to ruin the president, to fucking steal the election so they can have the White House seat, and the establishment rolls forward. Again, this is not a politics thing. Everybody's playing a part. Most people don't even realize they're playing a part. Trump's playing a part. He doesn't even realize he's part of it. Okay, there's a bigger thing going on here, and so we can use our social platforms, like I just said, like in the earlier break, however we want. What I want to do is I want to start to live more of my life how Kyle is. I want to live more of my life how Kyle is dedicating his platforms to living. And why, when I invited Kyle to be a co-host a couple of weeks ago and then permanently, I told him behind the scenes, I was like, bro, the reason that I'm connected to you is because you're so grounded, like is because your energy. It's like the yin and the yang of a power that we need. And that's what it is. It's like the fire and ice. And you are exactly who you're supposed to be. And so I tell you that all the time. I'm like, you have to understand, bro, like what you give to me is groundedness, is steadiness. Like I need that. And so that's why I was like, want you to be part of the show. Want to bring you on, build this platform. I don't want anything from you. I just want you to show up and do it. And you are.
Wow.
And because of that, I'm going to let you be part of what it is that we're building. And you are going to become part of what it is that we're building. So it's not going to be like, I'm letting you. It's like you are choosing to. Because I'm not letting you, I opened the door for you to step into, and you decided and you took action, even though you were fearful. And so it's not like, oh, I'm letting you be part of this 7-figure brand. I'm going, no, I see in you love and light and action and change. And I want to be part of that. And so I'm opening my door to go, yo, bro, I like what you're about. If you want to connect, if you want to link about what you're about, what I'm about, if you want to get your chocolate, my peanut butter, I'll put my peanut butter in your chocolate. And you can fucking go out to the world, right? And that's all it's.
Wow.
And so I know you didn't know, but I'm gonna put you on the spot, and I'm gonna actually, you probably won't be able to see it and read the whole thing. Maybe I will read it. You want me to read the post, or can you read the post?
Yeah, no, you can read it.
Yeah, I'm gonna read Kyle. Yeah, right, because it's uncomfortable to read your own shit.
Yeah, literally what I was thinking in my head.
That's why I said I was gonna put you on the spot. I was gonna challenge you, a little live coaching. Hey, let's.
I mean, I'll do it if you want to do live coaching.
I don't know how you'll see it on the screen.
Okay.
Well, tell me. Let's see.
Yeah, let me see.
I'll show you guys. Gillen Gang, let us know if you guys are about this type of content, because we're moving into a new era. We're moving into a new era. Pops, love it. Power crew. Listen to that. Let's go.
Oh,
Guys.
I forget why she started calling me Pops. We forgot to figure out why that started.
Oh, she says, thank you, Marshall. I appreciate that. Gillen gang, you helped help save my life. Girl, we love you and you're amazing and you're a friend of us always. I hate
Always.
watching that. Yeah, I mean, Rich is a very, like me, a very heartfelt guy. And so, and he knows my heart. And so I bet it is like, cause he's a like, real life friend. Like I bet as a friend, it's hard for him to watch me because he knows that it's really, weighing down on me if that's how I'm expressing myself, which is like, dude, how amazing is it to have the support? Like I didn't do anything. I'm just being me, and amazing people like you and Rich and Lauren and Evelyn. They show up and they just, they're just, and Lindsay, all the people. I could go on and on, right?
All holding space for both of us.
Yeah. Look, Evelyn says Rothschild. Yeah, Rothschild. I mean, I did a whole thing on the scamdemic, the pandemic. Right. COVID's not, dude, come on. Like, are we all in agreement now at this point that COVID's bullshit? Like, it's bullshit.
I have been waiting for conversations to start, and I guess this would be the start of it. Well, I'm sure there's other people talking about it, but yeah, like I see maybe a couple posts saying like, oh, if there's a spike in increases because of all the riots and protests, like it's not a coincidence or whatever. But it's like, dude, I don't personally know if there's any proof that the virus is like. We know that they've skewed all the numbers. We know they were labeling all the deaths COVID, like, yeah, wrong, all that. So it's like they've admitted that. So it's like, what the hell is the truth at this point? And to me, I think it's a scam and it was fake, and it's aligned with the pandemic.
It's bullshit. It's like it's been bullshit for so long. I've been saying this, and it's unfortunate. But again, I'm not here to prove that to anybody, and I don't care.
Right.
You believe with us or you don't. But what I want to show though is, again, you guys, I just proved it. I was showing you guys in 2017. I shot a video telling you guys I called my shot. I was not fucking. I had never spoken or done anything like that ever. Nothing like this ever at that point. Just said fuck it. Okay. Then last year, so in 2017, that was March of 2017, and between then and the end of December, I made 6 figures. First 6 figures ever. I'd never done it before. Never had a mentor teach me how to do it. I just figured it out on my own. I YouTubed and Googled. Bootstrapped that shit. That's why I always say I did it accidentally. Then it's like I went on to make the next $100,000 next year. Way more than that. And it's like that was on purpose. And so in 2019, because of all the investments I made in 2018 and how much success I had from nothing to something, in 2019, I was like, this is my year. I'm taking top paid speaker to 7 figures through paid advertising. And then it all came crashing down because of who I was on the inside. Wow. All I'm saying. And then I showed a video of you guys of me last year in Thailand. I was speaking, traveling, doing my shit. And then I had a mushroom trip. Actually, I had just finished my mushroom trip. First one ever that changed my whole life. That moment, that was like, I just got done tripping like a couple of
I haven't done mine yet. I've been saving it to do it with you.
Yeah. Let's do it, bro. I'll drive out there or something. And
yeah, we'll figure that out.
And then so I just told you guys, I'm like, yo, listen, this is how you get paid to speak. I get paid to tell stories. Just use social media and a mobile phone. So fucking simple that even a dummy like me can do it. Okay. And so I've been trying to tell you guys. And so now here's Kyle. He shows up in my life and he's like, you know what, Marshall, let's do it. And Kyle has done nothing but take action on what I've shared with him. He's assessed whether he thinks it fits him or not. And because it has, he's just taken action. And over the last 10 months of him taking action consistently every day, seeking out my mentorship, asking me, assessing it to him, and then taking action in the way he feels best. He hasn't always gotten it right or the best or wrong. He's been everywhere. He's been all the things, but it's always been constantly moving forward. And so like, it's not me just sitting here telling you, oh, I did this, or going, hey, yo, these clients that you can't see, they did it. I'm like, yo, bro, have you been watching my boy over the last 10 months? Have you watched him as he's growing? Are you watching him come along on my show? Are you watching him fucking make it our show? Are you watching the things that we're about to do? Are you seeing what's going on? Even though that Rich thinks our apparel's ugly, we're going to be sporting that shit. We love it.
I'm rocking it the day I get it.
We love it. Okay. And I'm open, please. My God. I mean, I'm open to better design.
I will let you know 100% like how it feels, everything about it. Like it'd be like, hey, this ain't it, whatever. But I think it's going to be amazing. I'm excited.
And, and so for you, bro, when I came across this post that you made, I was like, bro, I love you, man. I was like, this is a perfect example of exactly like taking action. And it's like, and what I mean by taking action, I don't mean just posting some hashtag. I don't mean just changing your profile picture. I mean, every single day, constantly trying to learn or read or study or meditate or connect or do something scary or uncomfortable or invest, like any of those things, Kyle does those each and every day. And he documents and shares it each and every day when he's wrong, when he hasn't changed in life, when it's a perception, but he's always led by his heart. He always says that. And he always leads with that first and foremost. And so I just want to take a moment to publicly recognize you, bro, because of what you've achieved and what you're giving. And so when we say take action, I'm talking about fucking taking action. Kyle shows up on this live every single day. He's not getting paid to be here. He's not selling any products or services through this platform. He shows up every day, take the action. And then he takes the action offline to get better and to learn and study and grow. And then he takes the action to think up and create content, and he takes the action, which is then fucking put out the energy to actually type it up or make the video. And then he takes the action of having to accept what the energy is going to be given back. Is it going to be hate? Is it going to be love? Is it going to be somewhere in between? And then he gets up and does the whole fucking thing all over again the next day. And so it's not about posting some fucking profile picture. Hey, cool, bro. Cool profile picture. If you post a profile picture and you're doing things like what Kyle and I are every day, then that's cool. If you are Alma Tucker, the president of International Network of Hearts, and since 2012, you've been working your fucking ass off 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, never taking a break, never having vacation, building International Network of Hearts, an organization that rescues and rehabilitates kids from human sex trafficking, who's been called in to the White House by Donald Trump, two meetings with Donald Trump over the last year because he's so big into human sex trafficking, or like when Donald Trump has called in the leaders of all the Black communities, and I had meetings like that, like all the things the media doesn't report, like Alma is the heroes of the world, the people that are taking action every single day, that are doing stuff every day, and without any media, without any express. Now people like you and I, although we have the opportunity to have media, to understand how this works, and to change our story, to become top paid speakers, to make investments, to learn how to weaponize our language for change. And so it's like, when I saw this post from you, I was like, bro, oh my God, this is the start of a new era. And so that's the era we're going to live into. And so I'm going to share this post right now. And then I want you to open up and share with us, like, kind of where it came from and what it means to you. So for those of you who don't know, this is we're here on Kyle's page. You can see this post. It's not too long, but I'm going to read it all because I think it's amazing. And then give us some likes, give us some loves if you're watching for Kyle and just the transformation that he's gone through in the last 10 months. And again, you guys, that's why I get so angry. It's not that you're not validating me when you say that I'm a fraud and all these things. It's that you're saying, you're taking away the power and the love and the action that the people who have followed me, like, you're taking all that away from them. Like, it's okay to tell me I'm stupid and this and that, but when you start telling me that, question my integrity, you're questioning integrity and everything that the people who follow me and have built. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so for that, that's why I want to share this. Kyle, let's get into this. And I want to hear from you. So Kyle posted this 22 hours ago. So about same time, about noon yesterday. He says, listening to other perspectives and accepting that my beliefs and or opinions can change with learning new information experiences has been big for me. I see what's going on. I've had conversations with people. I've been seeking new information and perspectives. And at the end of the day, I myself feel I'm in a place where I can't give my focus to anger, hurt, emotions, because I'm still hurt myself. I simply want to heal, and I want to help heal. I don't want to engage in arguments. I don't want to engage in defending my beliefs and stopping to give support with random people I've never met before I've helped myself realize that. There was a lot of love being directed towards us, but also a lot of hate. Reflecting on my evening, I noticed that no matter how much good or bad you're doing, you're going to get love and you're going to get hate. The trick is cruising down the middle and not giving too much attention to the love or the hate, respectively. Support what you want to support. We all have the same right, but I invite you. Oh, fucking NLP. When I read this, bro, it's like, if I was like, oh, Kyle, oh, this is perfect. Oh, like, this is perfect. But it's just so great. You're just watching and learning. He says, support what you want to support. We all have the same right, but I want to invite you to not judge someone else's beliefs, opinions, because that's not helping anything. There's not one blueprint to life. It's different for everyone. Even siblings that grow up in the same household go on to have a completely different life and different opinions and beliefs, which hit me hard, bro, because my sister and I were raised in the same household by the same mom. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Same. Yeah.
and she's
same.
she needs help. I'm praying for her, and I love her.
I pray for my sister. Not that, I mean, my sister's very loving, but yeah. I pray for her also.
I hold space for others to heal. Point blank, period. That's what I do. Whether we agree or disagree on something, I will let you speak your mind, and I will accept that we can feel different about a topic and still be cool as fuck with each other and live life. We can disagree about anything and still hop on a call and change your life. I love you all. Let's heal the world together. Now, first and foremost, if anybody needs me to read or do your videos so I can hit the emotion points just perfectly, let me know. Secondly,
I think you just
what's
got
up with
the
that
job.
post? What's up with that post, dude? That hit me so hard. Tell me what you're going through. Tell me what you're feeling.
So just watching everything unfold over the last 6 days now. What is it? Yeah, 7 days. Well, one, I noticed I haven't built a platform like you, so it wasn't like I didn't feel it would be right to jump on and share my view in any way, shape, or form. And I realized how uneducated I was about a lot of things. So, hey, Rich, thank you so much, brother. So I took this opportunity to take that step back and reflect on everything. And like, I even called one of my buddies over the weekend who's African American and asked him how, like, I was like, hey bro, like I see what's going on. And we just had a conversation. I was just like genuinely concerned. I was like, I don't know what to do at this point. Like, can you give me any advice on your perspective on like how I could handle this situation and things like this? And then I was driving home. This was Monday night, and I saw 3 people like just peacefully protesting, and me being like the seeker that I am for knowledge, like I just wanted to stop and have a conversation and just like hold space there also. And it turned into me like passionately standing there with them, like just we were just having a good time, like laughing it up, talking and peacefully protesting. A lot of people honking, giving us love. But then of course we had some people. I told a story about the veteran that stopped and started chirping, and so we had some hate. Like,
what was he saying? So tell us what happened with that. So
he
lay the story out for us. The storytelling skills, I'm making you practice right now.
Okay, all right. So we were standing there on the corner. He pulls in. He waves us, me and the other guy over, and we go over there. And he was like,
he pulls into the parking lot and waves you guys over from the crowd of peaceful protesters.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, he like, come over here. Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, me and the guy was like, what? And went over there. We right away. He rolls his window down. He's like, his window was already down, but he was like, I support Black Lives Matter, but they're the ones out here killing themselves, killing each other in these communities, and blah blah blah. I was like, bro, get out of here. And reflecting back, I realized that was a trigger. That was not loving. So of course this would happen, would unravel. But then he's like, oh, fuck you, and blah, blah, blah. And then I was walking away at this point. I was like, just leave. So I don't even know what he was saying at this point. But then he parks and gets out, and he's an amputee veteran. And which, of course, I like my initial reaction was, yeah, he got out of his car and walked over.
Wow.
And but another guy happened to be watching, and he came over and engaged in the conversation. But
or another supporter of what you guys are doing.
He ended up being a history teacher at a local school that was like predominantly Black, and he was or African American. I'm sorry if that I don't know how to. Yeah. But anyway, and he was just like, he was dropping facts. Like I was still trying. So I avoid, like, I don't enjoy fighting and or arguments and all that. So I was like trying to stay back on the corner while they were having their conversation. But I was just like, he was just dropping knowledge about different like percentages for different shootings and all this, and essentially like calmed the conversation down. And then the veteran that had gotten out, and I say that he's a veteran because I did want to acknowledge that he was a veteran. I felt horrible for having that confrontation with him, the little bit that we did. But in the same breath, he was being ridiculous towards me and like just called me a scrawny little bitch and said that he would beat my ass for whatever reason. But yeah, he ended up leaving and everything was fine. But that experience just had me, like, one guy drove by flicking us off like, go home, faggots, which, pardon my language again, I hate to use that term, but it was directed towards us.
Right.
So I was just like, and then reflecting back on that, and then I walked one of the girls home who ended up walking down the street from the apartment. She drove by and saw us peacefully protesting, and she drove, because two other people ended up joining us along the way. Like, people just kept coming with signs and joining us. I walked one of them home, like, made friends with her. I made friends with two of the other girls that were there. We ended up hanging out for like 20 minutes and partaking in vitamins. Like it was a great experience. Like, I made some friends. I experienced love. I experienced hate. And then after taking all this in the last like 4 or 5 days, I was like, okay, I understand. Like, I am just not at a place where I can, like, I'm not afraid to say, like, I feel like I'm a conduit for God to take in negative energy and release, like, turn it into positive energy and release it. Right. So I have to be careful of how much I bring in, because that starts to affect me. And like, I'm just seeing all the negativity and all that. And so for Kyle Dillinger, like, right now, I'm just here to help people that like are ready to be helped and like move into a new life. Like, literally do what I've done over the last 10 months, and like how you talk about, like, you reach your hand back and help bring us along to our level.
Reach one, teach one. And so it's cool, dude. It hit me hard, but this is an excellent part. I want to bring this up because Lindsay, right? This is literally what I was thinking. And then you typed it. And Lindsay, she says a lot of our veteran community is upset because they have fought for Saul. And that's all I'm saying. Like, people if you're go talk to your friends and your family about racism, it's real. Like, and if you don't acknowledge it, then you're part of the problem. No, fuck you. I just don't engage in racist relationships. If you're a racist, I'm not friends with you. If you're a racist, I'm not hanging out the places where racists are at. If you're a racist in my family, I'm not going to talk to you. Like, you're not going to, you don't get to judge me to tell me I'm not racist or that I'm a racist because I ignore them. No, motherfucker, you're stupid if you surround yourself with racism. You're stupid 100%. If you continue to live in an area or engage with people who engage in racism. By taking away the oxygen is how you fucking take away life, how you take away fire. Oh, well, by not saying something is part of the problem. Trust if I saw a social or racial injustice happening in front of me, that Marshal Gillen would be probably one that's stepping up with, like, ready to swing off. That's just me. I can't help it. There's part of me that's in that alpha male. It's just like if I see women or something like that, or anybody, child, black, white, it doesn't fucking matter, elderly, bro, trust is going to be one, because I hate bullying. I'm like, because my stepfather is a bully.
Same. I'm like, I've dealt with bullying, my fair share of bullying from stepfather and kids.
I'm like, if you bully, it's gonna be one. But what I'm saying, dude, is like, this is what pisses me off. I'm like, everybody wants to be Black Lives Matter, and this is our day. Fuck you. Do you know what the veteran community goes through? Do you guys, these men and women, they literally go, they give up their youth. They go to become part of a system, a machine. They're only taught one thing. And then as soon as they're done, they're disposable as fuck. And then all of a sudden they start to go, wait a second, was I just as disposable on the battlefield as I was in real life? And then they go, what is the purpose of my existence? Oh my God, nothing is real and I don't matter. And they were never given any skills. There's 22 fucking, 22 veterans kill themselves every minute or something?
Right, I think that's the number.
Lindsay, help me out. And so these are people that and then their families, and then their families suffer. There's suicide that runs rampant of the spouses of veterans, not to mention the kids that then go up to have problems or commit suicide from absentee or violence or addiction in the home because of what their mothers and fathers served and gave. And so my only thing, bro, when I was saying like the all lives matter things, I'm like, listen, there is so many people that can create any narrative that they want. And there's a lot of people that are going through a lot of shit. And so, no, I'm never going to stand with you and go that Black Lives Matter, because to me, all lives matter. The veteran lives matter. Because you know why, motherfucker? They went to war for you to have that right. And now all you dumb motherfuckers want to go out and riot and loot, and they have to come to your rescue and they have to stand guard of places. And you guys are mad at them. Every single citizen, all these people are not every single citizen. These rioters and protesters, they're literally attacking the police everywhere they can because of one racist cop. And you go, oh, well, there's multiple instances. Okay, so let's take all of the instances that we have captured on camera over the last 20 years. What are there? Let's just say 100, which is probably more than there actually are. Let's say there's 100 instances. So that means there's 100 racist cops out of all of the fucking cops in all of America. Okay, like is there really a racism problem within the cops? Or is the media perpetuating a story to incite violence and anger and rage? And now it's whites versus blacks. It's entrepreneurs versus not. It's this versus that. And now we have a whole heap of people that are attacking the police, that are attacking the National Guard, these men and women who have served. And I'm like, do you understand how scary it is for their spouses, their kids? They have to go stand on those steps wondering if some fucking ignorant motherfucker is going to run up and shoot them like that guy who got shot and died on camera. Like, it's just,
I think I look at it like that, and then I also see the fact that a lot of those rioters and protesters started from the looters or the Soros thing. So I'm like, I try to be mindful that, or I am mindful of, like, peace. There is space for peaceful protest, and then that most of that anger and all that is coming from a controlled narrative. So that's just like, that's why I was talking about how I'm kind of like at the middle ground with it. And I know we talked about that's like lower level vibrating. So I've been reflecting on that and figuring that out still.
But experience. It's not, don't judge it as good or bad. Just it is what it is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
For me, it's just that I tried to join the service 3 times actually. And then finally when I was 27, I was trying to get into the Navy. I wanted to go, I wanted to get a job that I did well, you know. So I'm part of that community. Because I learned, I reached out to a lot of people back then to figure out, well, how do I pass? How do I get through buds? How do I get through the physical screening test? How do I do all this stuff? And then after I couldn't get in, I just was friends with a lot of the veteran community. I connected with a lot of them. Most of the people I'm from in the Midwest, where you are too, you probably know a ton of people that are veterans, like that left from your hometown or this, like that became veterans because they joined the military because there's just not a lot to do in a lot of areas. And so you're looking for something. And so the only thing for me, again, I'm involved almost on the daily, either repping or helping, not as much anymore, not as much actually physically helping, but donating and giving my time and always sharing, like International Network of Hearts for 3 years, almost every day, doing these things, working with veterans, helping John and Sam build the Come Home Project, helping build all of these things, talking and traveling the world, speaking about your message, and helping people get this out. And it's like, fuck you for all the people that don't do shit at all. You fucking go to work and just fucking come home and you watch Netflix, or you leech off the system and you complain about everything, or you're fucking doing some shady ass shit and you're actually ruining lives. Fuck you to all those people that are going to take this one instant to validate their hurt and then have the audacity to point their fingers at you and I, Kyle, and go, you're the problem. Fuck you, bro. You're the problem. And I don't feel bad saying that because I'm going to honor my emotion, which is to tell you to go go. Now that's not for everybody, obviously, but my emotion is like, I love everybody. I love you, but I'm no longer going to try to like pretend like I'm going to save you, because I can't save everybody. And it's only draining our energy. So yeah, I'm not telling. I know you won't go like fuck you, but I'm like, if someone's going to run up on me, I'm be like, bro, fuck you. Like, you don't get to judge me because you don't do anything. Now, if you do take action and you want to have an actual conversation with me, that would be cool. And that happened last night. One of the guys I have in my network, he's an African-American guy, and he just commented on the All Lives Matter post, and he just said, bro, you have to understand that I think all lives matter too. I think Black lives matter. I think blue lives matter. I think all this stuff matters. But what you have to understand is that this is about, when a cop kills a white person, nothing happens. But when a cop kills a black person, when a cop, like nothing happens. Like they don't persecute the cop. If a cop kills a white person, then they get persecuted, they go through the system, but not the other way around when they do violence against black people. And I was like, wow. I said, wow, I didn't think about that. And I was like, maybe I'm wrong. And that's actually what made me take down the videos last night. Because I was like, he's right. Maybe that is right. But then I woke up this morning, I started thinking, okay, well, who are we preaching at this to though? Like, okay, who are we asking to stop killing black people? Cops as a whole? Because most of the cops I know wouldn't do that. And even though the cops kind of by and large are assholes, like just because one cop killed a black guy doesn't mean all cops are racist. You know what I'm saying? And so all of a sudden I'm like, wait a second. I get it, but who are we complaining to? Because you know what I mean? Like at all levels, it's I don't know. And so it's a deeper subject than we can actually figure out. But what I'm realizing is I'm like, bro, I'm not going to feel bad for how I feel. I'm doing the things, you're doing the things that we're supposed to. We're taking action, and let those without sin throw the first stone. Like,
right. For me, I'm looking at it like I I just don't want to. I don't want to have hate or anger in my life. So it's like
right.
I understand that there's like this huge thing going on in this like space time. Is that how you would say it? Like there's huge things and huge events going on, but just personally for my life, my being, I can't give
Yeah.
my attention to it, and it's
Yeah.
like and it's hard because I want to be supportive of everybody, like I just want to be Mr. Supportive.
Yeah.
And but it's just as of right now, I
Yeah.
can't do it right now.
Yeah. And you shouldn't have to. And that's like,
Right.
that's the thing. And like, again, you know, between you and not between you and me, but like between you and me, like what we were talking about earlier is the same thing. I'm like, dude, like I'm just naturally passionate. This is me. And you're not supposed to match me. You're supposed to
Right.
do our thing because we understand.
And that's wow. It's earlier mentioning like how when I was apologizing, saying like, oh, I haven't like been authentic. I don't know how to, or I've been authentic, but I don't know how to explain the little resistance. And that's what it is. I've been trying to match Marshall Gillen,
Right.
instead of just be like, no, bro, like I'm just like,
you're an extension of the energy that we're creating as a whole.
Right. Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to express to you. And it's like, you don't always have to,
Thank you.
like, you don't even have to agree with what I'm saying. But the thing of it is, and this is like my best friend yesterday, I posted that All Lives Matter. I was arguing, but I thought I was I thought I was just trying to help people. I was validating myself in arguing and just perpetuating what I said I wasn't trying to. And I did that for about an hour, and I was like, no, fuck this. And my friend Adrian called me up, and we went out kayaking down the river for like 4.5 hours. It was awesome. Pulled out at like 8 o'clock at night and went home, and you know, it was cool, and went through that stuff. But what the fuck was I saying? What I was saying though is like the reason that you're here, Kyle, is because I was thinking about this about Adrian too. I'm like, it's people like Adrian and Kyle that they're not like me. Like you would get along with Adrian because he's my age, 36. He doesn't have any social media. Like he doesn't have it. He doesn't have an account. Like he doesn't really talk to a whole lot of people. He works at the mill. He just kind of like does his thing. He's just very not like, but he's very like into growing plants in nature. And he had long hippie hair now. And he like, we always used to make jokes about Adrian in high school because he was like, who would win in a fight? Like Hulk Hogan or Adrian? We're like, well, Hulk Hogan wouldn't fuck with Adrian. Like, because he was like a bad motherfucker. I mean, a bad motherfucker. He still is a bad motherfucker, but now he's got long hair. Point being is I was looking at you guys and I was thinking, I'm so blessed because Marshall Gillen is so much energy and he's so opinionated and he's so just I said, but I was thinking like Adrian can handle that about me though. Like, and it doesn't bother him. There's something about Marshall Gillen that the way that he is just doesn't bother him, and he just likes my company when I'm not turned up. He likes it when I'm turned up too, but he laughs at it more than not. Like it's not, he doesn't get triggered or nothing. Because he knows me. And so when he thinks about Marshall Live or whatever that bullshit is you do online, whatever that shit is, man, whatever that bullshit you have to do,
that's funny. That I'm aligning with it. I don't, like you said, I don't know him, but I think also I would get along with him. He just sounds like sounds like what it is.
That's the same thing I'm trying to reiterate to you is like you can sit there with a smile and just watch me spin. And then like, okay, so Marshall, like this is my take, and that's the grounded part. You're not supposed to be me. You're supposed to be you, and together we're supposed to form a dynamic duo. Because I'm one part of the spoken people, and you're the other part. Like, do you see what I'm saying?
Wow,
I'm the people in the Gillen gang that are like, fuck that shit. Like, we're all on a mission to save a billion lives with vulnerability and storytelling. Okay, but you join the Gillen gang, you're like, bro, fuck those people. If it's gonna be one, it's gonna be one. Run up on me, we'll see, bro. I know I'm a good person. And some of the Gillen gang, which maybe this is where the Kyle crew comes in. Maybe this is the Kyle crew, and maybe it's not like better or worse, one or the other, but like maybe you will, within the mission to save a billion lives, maybe you align more with the Gillen gang, or maybe you align more with the Kyle crew, and that one is better than the other because we're literally the same. We're brothers and sisters. It would be like, oh, I don't like my sister. I don't like no, we all love each other. What I'm saying is kind of that's the whole thing. What we're talking about doing some partnership on some sales stuff together, and I'm like, okay, bro, this is what I want you to do. And the reason I want you to do that is because I want you to experience. I'm trying to curate an experience for you that I know is going to help accelerate you to where you want to go as fast as I can. Like you don't see it, but that's the coach. I'm game planning for you. And so why I'm like, okay, bro, what I would do is what I've done in the past. And as I would make a list and I would go do these posts and I would say exactly this, and I would do 20 a day, and I would say it like this. And I would then reach out to Marshall and I'd be like, yo, Marshall, do you think that maybe like 10 minutes a day or so we could just do short role playing? And I would be like, yeah, Kyle, we should role play. Like for 10 minutes a day, why don't you just we'll role play. You sit like, we'll get on a call and be like, yo, Marshall, and say the message to me. And then I'll rebuttal with you, all kinds of different rebuttals. And we can practice and get unscared and to the point where it's just like, I'm coaching you. And so what I'm saying though, for everybody is like, maybe some of you are going to align with what it is we're doing. And you guys are going to be more like Kyle, more like grounded. And like, you know what? Something doesn't seem right about this, because at the end of the day, Kyle and I both believe in love. That's what this whole thing is about.
100%.
And
yes.
So
thank you.
How are we going to do that? How? This is tangible. We're coming to the end of this episode. We've got about 10 minutes left in this last half of this hour, but I want to talk about how. How can we actually do that, Kyle? Okay, well, we talked about it. We can do it through social media platforms, through sharing our stories and taking action every day. Yesterday, we talked about setting goals and creating structure. But what I want to make is I want to share a last video here real quick. And I want to share some things to Gillen Gang. And I want to know how you feel about this and what we're doing going forward. And you tell me. I want to know what your take is too. But you guys have to understand that time is money. And time is just an illusion, because money is really energy. And I shot a video a couple of years ago about this. And I wanted to share it with the Gillen Gang real quick, because I want you guys to tell me what you think. I want to know if you guys think I want to know if you guys have been spending your time as wisely as you would spend your money. And for a lot of us, we'd go, oh, you know what, Marshall? Eek. I don't think I've been spending my time as wisely as I can. So I want to know, have you been investing your time to learn and grow and expand? Have you been spending your time and money and energy in coaching and masterminds and programs that are going to help you rise above the hate and get a perspective to be able to actually take action and change your life and not just fucking talk about it? Now, the number two thing that all successful people do is they establish daily routines. Oh, I'm messed up. They establish daily routines, right? Now, you guys have heard me say this. This is exactly what I'm doing right now. This is one of my daily routines. Okay. Now, your daily routine doesn't necessarily have to be like wake up and go to the gym, like going on a walk at nighttime, like all these things like this. No, but they need to be a systematic approach to your life, to things that you do so you don't waste time, right? Successful people understand that time is just as valuable as their money, right? If you're just as focused on the minutes in a day as you are in the dollars in your bank account, you're going to be incredibly successful. Okay. Because time is money. You've heard it. It's a cliche, but it's a cliche because it's true. Now, I'm not telling you that you have to be working 24/7, but just know that the more work that you put in, the more reward you're going to earn. That's how it goes. Okay. So you have to put in the time, but you can't waste that time. You can't be sitting around. If you actually kept track of your time throughout the day, you would be surprised at the hours a day that you literally waste being unproductive. And that's me too. I'm not calling everybody. I mean, say that's a truth. Like that's a thing. And successful people have learned how to utilize their time and look at it as something as important as their money. So if you guys are not taking your time serious and how you're spending it, who you're spending it with, where you're spending it, you guys are bleeding money. Your brand, your business, whatever it is you're trying to do is bleeding money. You cannot be successful if you do not start taking your time as seriously as you take your money. So, step two thing that all successful people do is they understand the importance of daily routines, because with a daily routine comes a set structure to how you execute your day, and then you move on from one task to the next, right? And that cuts down on time wasted, which increases productivity, right? So that's step two. The third. Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Marshal Gillen Show with Kyle Dillinger. So I just shared a short video about your time is your money. Now, dude, I want to give the Gillen Gang a little inside scoop. You see the top corner says, bro, the hashtag?
I don't see it.
It says at Marshal P. Gillen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that.
At Marshal P. Gillen. Okay. Look, I have no live shirt on. There's nothing. This is maybe the end of 2016. This is the end of 2016. Can you hear the intimidation in my voice? Like, can you?
Yeah,
because at the time I had not done. That was like this was like the first 15-minute live video I had done ever in my life out in public. And I was so scared because it was about 5 o'clock at night, and it's down to so that's Mission Bay, and in a little neighborhood called Pacific Beach in San Diego. So that's Mission Bay. And over my shoulder, what is my actual right shoulder, over my actual right shoulder in the far distance, there's like a stretch of buildings right there. That's a little strand. And on the other side of that is the ocean. And so I lived basically right almost where I'm standing. I lived like 1 block from the bay and 2 blocks from the ocean. And so there's a lot of people there at 5 o'clock at night because people are active as fuck in San Diego, right? And I was scared. You can hear it in my voice, dude. I was so scared because I thought people were looking at me and judging me.
Yeah, you were thinking about all that while trying to think about your content, while trying to be mindful of your video.
Yeah. It was so terrifying, bro. But I just kept doing it. And so eventually people started walking up to me and going like, what are you doing? And they would be interrupting my live videos. And that's when I was like, got frustrated finally. And I was like, bro, I'm just going to get a fucking shirt that says I'm live so people stop bothering me. And then I did that. And I accidentally branded myself and created that personal brand. And then, which will later become the brand Marshal Live. And so it's interesting because I look at this video. I just wanted to show people like this is the end of 2016. And so if you're watching this show and we're talking about how do you actually change your life, is what I said that in the other video. It's 3 things. It's not enough just to have the right information, right? And it's not enough just to be in the right room. And it's not just enough to know the right people. It takes all 3. You have to be in the right rooms with the right people who have the right information. So let me break this down. How do you be successful? Well, you have to be in the right room first and foremost. The room is anything, the coaching program, the mastermind, the after school program, the book club, the whatever. Okay. You have to, that's the first thing. I mean, all successful people starts with, you have to be in the right fucking place. You got to be in the right room, man.
Right.
Now, 2, you got to be in the right room with the right people. Now, the right people are different. There could be different things. Right people are people that understand you emotionally, spiritually, people of like energy. Kyle and I are like energy, right? People that are like you. They're outgoing. They love life. Okay. But check it out. Just being in the right room with the right people is not enough, because if you're an entrepreneur and somebody else is an employee, not one is better. It does not better or worse, good or bad. It's each person's experience, but each of you can be really fucking the same, really outgoing. Yeah. Like, wow. And like for people pleaser and really good at your job. But one person's like, whoa, bro, like, nah, who needs all that? Like, you're crazy. And one entrepreneur is like, yo, I would never be able to work with you. Like, see what I'm saying? And so that right person's not necessarily going to have the right information that you need to go to the next level. So the third thing that you have to have is you have to be in the right room with the right people who also have the right information. Make sense? Super simple. And so Gillen Gang, if you guys are watching this is why we go live every day. This is why we started the Gillen Gang. You guys can literally go to marshalgillen.com and use and take advantage of any of the products and resources I have over there to make yourself better. You can literally text Gillen Gang to 833-222-2694, and you can join a community where we're created. That is the right room with the right people who have the right information. Because
1,000%.
I'm saying what I'm actually taking action, and I've proven that every single day since the Marshal Gillen show. I've been busting out these old videos of me calling my shots. You guys want to know how I got successful? I did what I fucking told you guys to do every day. Became aware of the problem, the pain that was inside of me. Then I accepted it. Then I forgave myself for it. And then I made a game plan to go out and do it. And then Marshall took off his coach hat, put on his athlete hat, and give me the fucking rock and get out of the way. And that's what I've been doing for the last 3 years. And so I'm just trying to invite you guys to change. If you're part of the small portion that still watches my show, but you haven't actually officially taken an action to get help from me and let me support you, you're not good or bad, but I promise you, you're missing out. Like, I promise you, you're missing out, because I can help make your life better through what it is that we do. And
Facts.
It's like, dude,
I'm backing that statement.
and that's what I'm going to help you do. Like, I'm going to help Kyle do that. Like, I don't work. The reason I stopped like coaching and consulting through all the avenues is because I was trying to do different buckets, coach people in business, or coach people in their health, or coach people through their relationship, or coach people in business, like all these things, spirituality, whatever it is, like all these things. And I was like, oh, like it's too much. So now I realized, like, bro, I only work with people who want a certain lifestyle. And when you came here, it's what really invigorated me to start really getting focused on what it is at Marshal Gillen. So we started the show. And then it's like, cool, start the show. Well, I want people to know, I don't want to just talk about it. I want to actually give people solutions. So for the people that want, I'll create a program called Top Paid Speaker. I'll teach them how to get paid to tell their story. And now I'm like, oh, I get it. The next thing is to create a community for people like Kyle and I that's free, that is the right room with the right people who have the right knowledge. And I'm going to call it Gillen Gang Headquarters. And I'm going to treat it like I'm going to be silly about it. I'm going to say, hey, join my gang. Hey, you guys, we do all of our gang activity inside of head. Like, I'm going to be funny about it because that's how I am.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so the only reason I'm saying this is not because I'm good or I need some recognition. I don't. What I'm saying, Gillen Gang, is join the Gillen Gang. Text Gillen Gang to 833-222-2694. Become part of the movement that we're creating. And I want to help give you guys the right information in the right rooms, connect to the right people. Kyle and Lindsay are friends. People of the Gillen Show who watch, you guys are friends. You know each other. And a lot of you met because of me and because of the content I create. You guys met in my comments. Think about that. A lot of you guys have fucking friendships with
Power
people
association.
you love because you met in my comments. That's silly. And I'm blessed to be able to do it. That's why I want you guys to join the Gillen Gang. That's why I want you guys to make an investment. Maybe that looks like making an investment in lifestyle coaching. I don't work with anybody who doesn't want to run a successful business, who doesn't want to be healthy, who doesn't want to help people, who doesn't want to be in love with their partner. Like, you have to want to be able to do all those things in your life. You have to want to be the best, to create the lifestyle of your dreams. Because what I found out, Kyle, is that if they don't want that, I can't help them. Like, I used to work with people who wanted to become top paid speakers, but their fucking life was a mess and their health was a mess. And I couldn't get them to do the things, and then end up me having to coach them on something completely fucking different that had nothing to do with that. And so people are like, bro, why is it fucking $50K to work with you for the year? And I'm like, because of the energy it takes to actually change all facets of your life. Because working with Marshal Gillen, I it's not because on purpose. I just can't segment your life. I can't. My heart, it's too much. And so if you really want to change your life, you don't, or you'll make an investment. But if you don't, that's cool. You can also tune into free, or you can join the Gillen Gang. It's like, oh, Marshall, I don't got that. I'm like, let's do some consulting. And so all I'm saying is, if you're listening to this and you want to create a business like I have, the first thing is those three things. Got to be in the right room, right people, the right information. Great. Then it's like, so first it's like, forgive yourself, heal yourself, set the goal, get in the right room with the right people, have the right information. What's next? Now take the next step, take action. Well, based on my game plan and the knowledge I've learned from the people I'm with in the room I'm in, what is the next action I can take? Because you want to just collapse time like we talked about. Instead of trying to do it yourself, if you want to help actually end what's going on, well, how can you actually have a bigger impact than writing some stupid letter to the police department or posting some dumb picture, some black square on your profile picture? Well, you can do it through storytelling and being vulnerable and showing that the world that we're all relatable, and we're not going to be silenced by fucking mainstream media and fake news and the establishment that's trying to take over the world. We're not going to do it. And so I just wanted to take this last half of the show and say, hey, Kyle and I are literally dedicating our lives at this point to serving you guys. Kyle and I are dedicating our lives to showing up 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. You guys can stream us live for exclusive content on youtube.com/Marshal Gillen. But we're showing up for 2 hours a day, every single day, Monday through Friday, doing this, bro. Like, you realize that, man. Like, you should hold your head high and feel like a bad motherfucker because nobody else is doing it, giving at this level as we are, man. Like, nobody's doing that. Like, we're showing up every day. We're creating a community that's free where I fucking went out and I pay for a separate phone number, and I'm taking my time and energy on top of the 40 hours of free coaching a month that we do live on air. I'm going to start a community of people like me, and not that people have to convince. I'm done doing that. I'm sorry I've been doing that. And we're going to start to become
people that can accept either side and all of us.
Yes, that is exactly right. Like that Lindsay is a vehement Christian. She loves Jesus Christ, as she should. And she believes in Jesus Christ as her savior. And she believes in the fact that you should be baptized and you need to be born again. And how great is it? How grateful and amazing is it to be born again? Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus Christ. She knows that I don't believe in Jesus Christ as the only savior of man. I recognize him as an avenue of savior for some people. And so most Christians, they strike me down for that. Lindsay welcomes me with open arms, and she loves me and accepts me for who I am. And so guess what? We don't talk about that because we know it's different. But we also accept each other because we accept the fact that each of us is after trying to heal the world, and we both may just do it in a little bit of a different reflection. And that's not good or bad, because when she actually sits down and talks to me, she's like, wow, this is a cool dude. I love this guy. And when I sit down and talk to her, I'm like, yeah, I love her. This is an amazing woman. and we coexist through something that people have literally fought about for thousands and thousands of years. That's why Kyle and I are giving our time. You give and you get. And so, look, bro, what I'm actually excited about, what I'm most excited about, because I've been excited about the show. And now we have it rolling. I'm still excited about, you know what I'm excited about most? And I'm really going to I'm going to build it all out, is Marshall Palooza. I keep getting messages from people that are going, bro, I wish I could hang out with you. You and Kyle are so cool. You have no idea what you and Kyle are doing for me. Like, I'm getting messages every day. I should share more of them. I'll start to share more of those, Gillen Gang. And people want to spend time with us. And I didn't even realize, like, oh my God, of course they do, Marshall. And that's what made me think of that lesson, the 3 things. I was like, oh, duh, of course people want to spend time with us, because you got to be in the right room with the right people, the right information. And so imagine if it wasn't about like going to some classroom or some reporting to somebody. Like, we've all gone to the events where you have to sit, you go, and it's like from 8 until like 5. And then that's not enough time to actually meet people. And plus, let's be honest, none of the business actually happens. None of the life-changing things happens when you're sitting there listening to somebody in a classroom. It happens when you're having a beer over a basket of wings or some fucking vegan pizza.
The numbers on the bar napkin.
100%.
That's where it all goes down.
And so I was like, bro, let's give the people what they want. They're literally telling us what they want. Let's give it to them. And so what we're doing is we're throwing a Labor Day party. I'm not worried about COVID. I'm not. And you're like, oh, well, will the world be opened up yet? I don't know. But I'm renting an Airbnb mansion in Lake Tahoe. I've narrowed it down to 1 of 4 places. And when I say mansion, each of these 4 places that are narrowed down they're mansions on fucking Lake Tahoe. Okay. So what we're going to do is Labor Day weekend, which is September 6th. Yeah, September 6th through the 9th, which is Sunday through Saturday. Labor Day weekend. Labor Day is on a Monday. So what's going to happen, Gillen Gang, is if you're coming to Marshall Palooza, Kyle, we're changing it up. I'm not going to do any solo ticket sales. If you're coming to Marshall Palooza, awesome. You're going to come in on Sunday afternoon to grab your bedroom in the mansion. And then on Monday, Labor Day, we're going to actually have a Labor Day party. I'm going to get somebody in there cooking up some good food for us. We're going to have, I'm probably going to get a DJ in there. We're going to have a fucking party. It's going to be fun. Like, it's just going to be good people, having a fucking good time. We're going to be, we're just going to be doing
things I don't do enough of.
100%. We might charter, because we're on the mansion has a pool. We might that same day charter like a pontoon boat. Actually, we'll charter a pontoon boat to head out on the lake so we can fucking like be in the water and splash around. And if any of us are single, you can look for some guys and some girls to maybe do stuff with another time after the trip. But the cool thing is, Kyle's the mansions I'm looking at, they have bedding for singles and couples. So I didn't plan this at first, but literally, bro, like we're gonna sell tickets for couples and tickets for singles, and I'm fucking so excited about that, dude. And so,
no, go ahead.
And then we're just building the right rooms with the right people, and so with the right information. And so we're gonna fly in on Sunday the afternoon. You guys are gonna report to the mansion. Monday we're gonna go to the party, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're just gonna spend time together, like hanging out. We're going to take the next day on Tuesday to recover. I got some cool things planned, some cool people coming to the house. And then through the rest of the week, I'm going to pamper you guys as much as I can with in-house massages, with yoga, with breath work, with just teaching you guys some new things that I do. Like, what is it like to hang out with Marshall? Why does Marshall have so much goddamn energy? I'm going to show you guys. We're just going to live. It's nothing. I'm not promising you anything. I'm just promising you a good time and to be accepted and loved. And so if you're into that and you know that you're going to want to end up coming to Marshall Palooza, nothing is set up yet online. There's nothing for you to go and look at. Rich is asking, when is Marshall Palooza? Again, you guys, Marshall Palooza is September 6th through September 9th. It's Sunday through Saturday. I'm inviting you guys to come out for the entire week and spend time with me. Obviously, it's not free. You're going to have to make an investment into getting a ticket, but I'm excited. I mean, like, this is all literally, bro, like, this is what I want to do. Like,
I'm pumped for the party.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, what do I want to do? I want to host a Marshall Palooza. And then I was like, because I want because Marshall Palooza is going to be an event series, because I also want to do Marshall Palooza on my birthday. So on my birthday, I want to have a completely free charity event where I try to get some big name speakers to come and donate their time, and we do a panel and people come up and like it's a growth event for 100% free. We'll stream it live on the show. And so, like, on my birthday, like, that's what I want to do. I don't need to go out and get drunk on my birthday. Not that I'm condoning people or saying that people that do are bad. I just don't need that. for my birthday, I want to be fulfilled. All too often, our birthdays are for everybody else. Somebody else plans it. We report to what somebody else set up, what they like. You don't know. Fuck that. You know what I want?
Right.
I want to get a big ass party of people together, and I want to give them a bunch of fucking valuable ass information that can change their life. And I want to have a lot of fun doing it. I'll probably be in board shorts and a backwards hat until these locks of love really grow out. But I'm like, that's what I want to do. And so Gillen Gang, that's what we're about. If you want to join us for free, dude, by all means, join the Gillen Gang for free. Like, I have a free headquarters. We're just getting ready to launch it. All right. If you're like, nah, I'm not sure about that, I don't want to do all that nonsense, then just tune in to hear for free. Okay. And you're like, bro, you know what? God dang, I really like what you do, man. How do you tell stories and get paid for? I don't get it. Well, I'll tell you what, I've explained it once. I recorded it all, and then I went out and tested it, proved it, earned millions of dollars doing it. It's called Top 8 Speaker. Just go to top8speaker.com and check it out. Like, if you're like, no, bro, like, I don't need another course. I'm past that. I need more help. Like, I need help. I'm ready right now, and I need that next step. Then just get the 90-day consulting, and Kyle and I will help you build your fucking your dream business in life. Like, it's not hard. That's literally what Kyle and I do. Lifestyle coaches. Kyle lifestyle coaching, Marshall lifestyle coaching. When you make an investment, you make an investment to learn from the right people, the right information. That's what Kyle and I are doing. We're going out, we're investing our time, money, and energy to become the best sharpened tool that we can. Not that we're tools, but you get the point. And then we show up. And it's like, some people are like, yo, bro, yeah, sometimes I was being kind of a tool last night, but I needed it. And sometimes that's what it is. Sometimes you guys are going to want to join us for the whole year. And sometimes you're just going to want to come to a party. It doesn't matter what you need. Doesn't matter what you need. Kyle and I are finding solutions to provide you and meet you no matter where you're at. And that's all that I'm saying. That's all we're saying, bro. We're just creating solutions to meet our audience where they're at, because people fucking need help more than ever. Not just people, not just veterans, not just black people, not just Asian people, not just women, not just human beings. Humans need help collectively. So we create solutions to help them.
We create and hold space, and that's what it is.
Dude, Evelyn says she hasn't had a vacation over 5 years. Was thinking about going away for a bit in the next few months. It would be nice to just get away. Girl, I'm telling you, Evelyn, you should 100% be coming to.
I second that.
It's just gonna be fun. Like, it's not even Evelyn. So this is how I know. I know because it's not even about the fact of getting a vacation. It's because Kyle, stop me if I'm wrong. I guarantee you, Evelyn, that the energy that's created in the people that I draw to me, you've never been in an environment like that. When you leave Marshall Palooza, you'll go, I've never been felt so loved and accepted. It's not me, it's the people I draw. They said that about top paid speaker boot camps I made. Wow. People go, oh my God. Like, when I went for speaking, but I got so much transformation. I've met so many people. Kyle, what Grow and Bro retreat? What was that?
That was literally everything you're saying is 100% what that was. Is like, it was holding space. Like, all the people that, like, I did not feel resistance or like any kind of negativity with any of the people around us. It blows
your way, doesn't it? Like, the fact that you can, like, go to a place and you feel that energy around people, you're like, damn, that's wild. I didn't know that was a thing.
And so, that's why it's so game changing.
Oh, 100%. Like, I mean, I would love to see that. Listen, I know that it's a different season for everybody. And it's hard, but, like, you know, if it's pod, I mean, I want to see all the Gillen Gang. I want to see Rich there. I want to see Lindsay and her husband there. I want to see, I want to see Denise out there, and I want to see
Jake out there, our buddy Jake.
Dude, I would love to see Jake out there. Like, all Lauren to come out, I'm saying, all these people that support us and show up every day. Like, these are the people, like, I'm excited to start to see and meet and connect and share energy with. And, like, the bigger the show grows, what's funny is that it's not funny. What's cool, Kyle, that I think that a lot of our viewers don't even understand yet, is that because I go live every day and because I don't care about being professional in business, I'm always off the cuff. And so I'll tease my friend Rich. Oh, if Rich hates our stuff. And I start to part of Marshall Live, the brand, the viewers and the commenters that comment the most are the people who are becoming part of the characters in my story. And so it's like, it's like a contact high, right? More viewers I pay for and get, the more I'm like, hey, what's up, Lauren? Every time Lauren's commenting, now all the viewers are going, who's this Lauren chick that comments every day? Who's this Rich person? Who are these people, these loyal Gillen Gang followers that show up? I want to know what's next. And in that way, Gillen Gang, you have to understand that literally just by watching the show and engaging, you are becoming part of the narrative that I am creating. And that in and of itself holds space for other people that are coming. And so don't ever think that you showing up every day is taken lightly by Kyle and I. Don't ever think that every single comment and like and love that you give us is taken lightly, because it's not. because we realize that we thrive on, you are the blood of what we create. You are what makes us go. You are what gives the Marshall Gillen Show with Kyle Dillinger life. And we can't have that without the Gillen Gang stepping up and helping us take action. Maybe you're like, Marshall, I can't do all that. I don't know how to help. And now you're making me feel bad, like I'm not taking any action. Great. The action you can take then is let Kyle and I do the work, and you get as many people connected to us as possible. Kyle and I are going to continue to do the work. We don't want anything. We want to make money and help people. That's all. We want to be able to take care of our families.
Facts.
That's it. I want you to spend $50,000 to join me for a year. I want that. I'm not gonna lie.
Same.
I want that.
I need it. Not need it, but I want it also. Yeah.
That's a lot of money, and I don't feel bad saying, "Yo, I want that." Conversely, I know that if you invest that, I'm going to change your life, because that's what I do. People make an absurd amount of money,
1,000%,
and then I change your life. But let's be real, bro. People can love me and not make that, and not be able to make that. And so, you know what? They shouldn't feel bad about not being able to do that. You know why?
Right.
Because I equally want to make a live show every day for 2 hours, I love, it's 11:11. I love doing this. I love doing this. I love it. I want to do it. And so I just want people to realize is that when we talk about these things that we're offering, it's not because we're like, yo, we're trying to sell you. We're going, listen, we've taken away all your excuses. We have free, we have advanced free, we have low tier, middle tier, free our event, and let's fucking join the Gillen Gang for the year, and let's see what I get, And it's cool, dude, because that's like when I think, and then for any coaches or consultants watching the same thing, it's like when you join the Gillen Gang for the year, it's like, what do you get? Well, you get to come to all the retreats for free because you invested for the whole year. So all the Marshall Paloozas, you get to stay in the mansion for free, or you get to come to the birthday party for free. You get me coaching you. You get me coaching you on business. You get me coaching you in fitness. You get Kyle coaching you on spirituality. You get Kyle coaching you on real estate investing. That when we integrate that, because that's going to be part of the Gillen Gang. Part of what we're creating is like real estate, because wealthy people own real estate. And so you have to understand is that when you make these investments into your life, like, dude, I'm telling you, you guys, that's the game changer. That's how you collapse time. That's what Kyle and I are doing. And that's why we give. Like, let's be real, Kyle. Like, bro, come on. Let's be real for him. Why do we do this for 2 hours a day? One, because it's our calling. This is what we're called to do. But also because we want a lot of money. And we understand that the universal principle is that the more that you give and the more that you help, and the better place that you can do it from and feel better about what you're doing, the more you can get. And so in a very selfish way, that's why.
And it's also like this is for me, the direction to be the most effective with my giving is like, this has a higher impact than other events or other things that I could be doing. Like, this impact for these 2 hours is like me also collapsing time in how much I serve and give.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, again, it's like, okay, cool. Now we make the show, you collapse time, you're serving here, giving, and now you're going to get an opportunity to make money with me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and then we got the Gillen Gang phone. Like, I was just talking with Jake last night. He's getting his show going. I know we talked to Lindsay. She's getting a show going. Like, it's starting to unfold for the Gillen Gang.
And if you guys are watching me and you guys want to make your own show, but you keep telling yourself, "Oh, I can't. Marshall already has a show, and now all these people are starting shows." No, fuck that. You need a show.
Right. Well, I'm inviting you to please start a show.
Call it. Yeah, call it. I mean, that's why I keep saying it's because this is the Marshall Gillen Show, and this is what I'm building. And so lightweight, I do feel guilty a lot where I'm like, oh man, I feel bad, like Kyle, like coming in and under the Marshall Gillen Show. And that's why I keep encouraging you. Like,
hey, I'm gonna get going. Gonna get mine going, and I'm figuring out if it's gonna be like the Kyle's helpline kind of thing, but it's gonna be very soon.
But we need to do that. We should do the helpline. I got to get to 1,000 people first. But we should start something now. So maybe what you do, Kyle, is write down like 2 to 5 questions, depending on how long you want the show to be. Maybe you shoot for an hour show. Write down a few questions that you get, and then just turn on your fucking camera and answer the questions. No pressure. Just like, hey, what's going on? It's Kyle's help hotline, and I'm diving in with some questions. Hey guys, I can't wait until we can start to do this show live. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. In the meantime, though, let's get into the first question. Super. That's that simple. And if you make that content, you give me a video, I'll put it up. Side note to anybody that ends up watching this, if you're still with us, if and please help me, Kyle, if Jake or anybody's making a show, let's talk about, promoting them and getting them too, within the Gillen Gang headquarters. So make sure that they're in there for free, and that we're going to do, make sure we're promoting that within the Gillen Gang headquarters. Because again, it's about being in the right rooms, the right people, and the right information. And I want to be in the rooms with the type of people who are spreading stories of love and positivity, forgiveness and acceptance, being vulnerable and sharing their pain and mistakes first, and then making space for everybody else to heal theirs. That's what I want to be connected with. That's what the Gillen Gang's about. That's what Marshall Palooza is about. And we want to see you out there, dude.
Whew. Big brother. This was a curveball for me, but I love every bit of it.
Dude. Which part?
Like joining in with Marshall Paloozas and all this, and getting this the show in general, like all this has been a curveball, and I'm going with the flow and accepting all of it.
I'm going to help you launch your coaching and consulting career.
Yeah, it was pretty much like I keep talking about. I get to these points where I need a kick in the ass to just get budging, to get going again.
Like live, like as I was thinking it as I'd never thought about that until I was saying it as it was literally coming to me for the first time. But again, that's not me. Like that's like, oh, I get it. Oh, that makes sense. That's seamless. I was like, okay. Well, because what happens then through the show, it's like through the brand we've built, like I'm going to help you build your coaching credibility and authority, and then end up coaching on whatever you want, which whether it be as real estate consulting or coaching. And so whether you end up staying with me long term, like through this show and what I'm creating in my systems, I'm going to give you the skills and the audience to I'm going to invite you to walk into the door, but like I'm going to give you the skills and the knowledge to be able to go do whatever you want through a coaching and consulting realm with the exact blueprint and the money to do it. And not because I'm because I need a pat on the back, because that's just who I am and I love you and our energy is like the same. So,
bro, I love you too. And I'm, like I said, I'm accepting and thankful, and my thing's gratitude over everything, and I'm beyond blessed. Thank you so much, bro.
Life good.
Life is good.
Dude, life is so
and I don't feel bad for saying it. And it is what it is.
I'm telling you guys, life is good. It really truly is. I'm amazed. I'm amazed at what we get to do. And literally, all I've done to do this, Kyle, is literally just showed up. I got clear on what I wanted to do, and then I just started telling stories on social media. Like that's it. I mean, obviously, I learned digital marketing. I had to monetize something, but like, I'm just learning how to tell stories on social media. That's why I built Top Paid Speakers. So yeah, we're both very blessed, man. Hey, if you guys like the episode, make sure you be a friend, tell a friend. Thank you for all who tuned in. This has been another episode of the Marshal Gillen Show with Kyle Dillinger, bro. Anything to say before we hop off screen?
Give your attention to positivity and love this week. Focus on the love. Focus on the love. I love that, dude. I love that. And it's a good message for everybody, and one that I hope you guys live by. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in again today. Again, I'm not sure why you're watching, but we love you. Have a good day, guys. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. Love you, brother. Peace.
Love you, bro. Or those people who are getting ready and they know they have a big story or message to share, I want tonight to be the start of the awakening, you guys, all right?